Hey everybody, welcome to ZealZaddy. I'm Scott Coventry, and this is Elixia. My pronouns are he, him, and this episode is called The Difference Portal. We are looking to hit 300 followers on Twitch. I think we're somewhere in the 250, 260. So give us a follow if you can. But also come join us on all of our socials. All of them are at ZealZaddy, except TikTok, which is coming. I've got an idea for what to do with it now. So one of these days I'll actually execute something for it. Maybe. We also have a website, ZealZaddy.com, where we have reviews and some of the people in the community that I really like, or I have on there, so links to them, so you can go follow them. And we release products to Drive-Thru-RPG. They are D&D 5e products, at this point at least. We have an urban setting that we're creating that we're releasing with what we call a drip strategy. We release a little bit every week. It could be an NPC, it could be a monster, it could be a couple of magic items, that kind of stuff. It could be lore. So go check it out. A lot of them are pay what you want. The most expensive product there is $4. Most of them are $1 or $2. So go check them out. They're really cool. We're a crits only affiliate, so if you want to save a little bit on some awesome dice, go check out their dice. And if you text me, I'll give you a code you can use to get 12% off your dice. We are a UO publishing partner. If you don't know Underground Oracle, half the people in this stream are Underground Oracle people because they make really cool stuff. And let's bring the players in because they're much cooler and more interesting anyway. Everybody's there. Sound okay, everybody, by the way? I just want to make sure. I think it probably is because it's...
I think we're good.
Yeah. It's always good to know from the audience because you never really are sure with all your own setup. All you see are bars moving, and sometimes they don't move the way you think. All right, so let's go around, let everybody introduce themselves, and then we'll do a quick recap. We had one person missing last week, so let's start there. Let's start with Jazz.
What up, I'm Jazz, also known as Cinderscoria on Twitter. I use she, her, and they, them pronouns. Today I'm feeling particularly she, her. I'm rocking the Fenty lipstick. It's new, so I want to brag a little bit. I'm playing Jada, our Warforged Sorcerer Fighter. I don't know what happened last week, so I'm very interested in where we left off. I heard we were in a cave. So that'll be fun.
All right, let's go to Desus, or to Natalie.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Natalie. I go by Ghost Candle on most places on the internet, especially Twitter, where you can find me tweeting about my art or table stuff I'm doing. Though here on Twitch, I'm Ghostly Candle if you want to see my variety streaming stuff. And as Scott said, I play Desus, our half tiefling, half myriad druid circle the stars with a level in warlock. But she's a cat right now.
Yeah. Feline all the way. All right, Hipley. Or Blake, sorry. I need to look at different screens at different times of the stream. Like early, I need to be looking at the other stream where your real name is on it, so I get the right.
Blake's forgettable. Hipley's no lot cooler. I get it. So shoot, where am I? So yes, my name is Blake. You can find me at Blake C. Francis on Twitter. Yes, I do play Hipley Water here with the Snowflake crew. And yeah, excited to get on tonight. So we have everyone, so it should be a good time.
It will be a good time. All right, let's go to Morgan.
What's up, everybody? I am Morgan with Mindflayed Mondays. I am a professional dungeon master with a team of professional dungeon masters. So if you're looking for somebody to run a game for you, check us out. My pronouns are he, him. If you are looking for me on social media, you can find me everywhere except Twitter at Mindflayed Mondays. On Twitter, it's just Mindflayed Mun. We also have products on the GM's Guild, and I have a podcast that we run. And we drop episodes on Mondays. I am also going to be here in July 20th, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, going to be running on Dungeons and Dummies on their stuff a UO published adventure, and Blake is going to be a player in that, which I recently just found out, which surprised me. I was like, hey, you're going to be in it too.
Who else is going to be in it?
Jess from UO Publishing.
Right, that's so cool.
So, as well as some other people from Dungeons and Dummies. So, I don't know everybody that's going to be in it.
Nick from Scratch Society too. So
Yeah,
he's
there you go.
excited as well.
So I'm still trying to remember everybody in it because I'm just like in a whirlwind right now. So I'm super excited to run that. So stay tuned. I'll bring more information on social media to that. Other than that, I play Vesryn of House Magic. He is the party's wizard. And I'm just, as always, excited to be here with this wonderful group of people. So, and I will shut up now.
All right. And Tiffany, now that he's shut up.
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I play Cerridwen Sagewynd. She's part of the party. And as for what I do personally, I run my own campaign called Dungeon Damsels. You can find us on Twitter. I'm Dungeon_Damsels. It's also like Twitter that I run. We are on YouTube and on podcast form. So if you have a preference, you can find it. We recently did technically it's not canon to my homebrew world, but still very fun. We did a dad campaign with Scott and Morgan in it, as well as Gum Mambo, if you're familiar with him. Gum Malau, sorry.
Who is in chat?
Who's in chat? Hi, Gum. And another friend of mine named Tom. We had lots of fun. So that was on Scott's channel, Twitch, but it's gonna be dropped into my YouTube and gonna be available in podcast form probably tonight after I upload it. This game is awesome. We have a really great synergy in the group. I always look forward to playing with them. And that'll conclude my intro.
All right. So I guess we'll have Jazz do the recap. No.
Yeah, let's see it.
Who wants?
What she thinks? What she thinks happened?
Why don't you all do a quick recap? It wasn't a particularly complicated session last week.
No, essentially we were just getting out from the
magic
Fellows and Fellows Emporium, and went looking for a place that ended up being a tower.
Yeah, we went from looking for Luxaville, who we were given. Yeah.
His house was tight.
Yeah, we were referred to him, and he has a cool like squat tower because inside he is a gnome and he lives there. So we like talked to him about what we were doing and what we were looking for, and he basically said, "Oh, I'm studying these runes, these marks, and they looked like ancient Elixia." So I said, "I'm also studying that." So
one of his many studies, because we found that he studied like everything. So, yeah.
So he offered to originally be a patron for the trip to go and study the runes that he has found or heard of being hidden in the mountains, and we agreed to do that for him. We have a contract to now do that, and
he gave us a creepy bloody handkerchief that like has his own blood that he like stored into it for
oh yeah,
days on end.
Yep.
It's like, here you go, it just drips blood. It's my own blood too, so it's fine. I think we insight checked him too, so we think it is his blood. But
Yeah.
for a little more context, most of the naming stones require some sort of a blood sacrifice to activate the magic therein. So he made a ethical bypass by sacrificing his own blood for the past year into this magically endowed towel. So.
And hopefully it'll help because every portal that we've gone to so far have had different requirements for the sacrifices.
Yeah.
So
what if
this
we
may
realize
be
it's
helpful.
not like the blood from someone not there? It's like, no, this isn't from someone here. Like this can, I don't know.
You never know.
This
We
can
never
go
know.
this all be wrong. We're all
It
gonna
may
die.
work or it may not. And he also lied. He did lie because he said that it did not recharge at dawn, and it clearly does.
The most terrible of lies.
So
I mean,
does it like
Never do
well, because the blood never goes away, like it goes back into it. We learned like it comes up and then it goes right back into it.
Yeah, I
Correct?
think it's
That's
kind of
how it
like
works.
absorbed back in somewhat.
Yeah.
Cleans up its own mess.
Yep. And the good thing is, every portal you've ever gone to has worked. So
Not
if
very
you made
well,
the
I mean,
sacrifice, they did it. They did their thing.
Yeah, but sometimes it was lives.
Yeah, we
I
got
mean, it
5
works
players.
well.
We got plenty of
It's just the
sacrifice
cost is
choices.
high.
There's 5 of
The-
us, so
At both the sites, blood activated the portal, but we still had to provide an actual either corpse or a life to use it.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see what we learned about this location.
So you did a lot of travel between the gnome's house,
Yes.
who provided you a ship, a fast ship, and the city of. Hold on, give me a mouse over there, so I can see the map again. Of Ardell, and you need to travel northeast a little bit by horse. And Vesryn astutely realized that you were traveling to a nexus point. Oh, that is bright light on you, Jada. Jazz. You're enlightened. Take a d6 of
Radiant damage.
radiant damage.
sandwich.
So you traveled there by horse. By boat and then horse. He supplied you horses, and you got to this area where there were these hills and then bluffs, which are basically just cliff faces that rose up out of certain areas. And you did not see a cave initially.
Went in with True Sight because she. What did Twin use?
I used
Truth
One of her
Sight.
blades.
Yeah, I used the Truth Seeker blade and the Heart
Yep.
Cleaver, and together they can. When I use them together, they can have True Sight.
And you saw
We found
a cave in the cliff face. And
Yeah, so we
and I-
climbed to it.
and I think Hipley flew you all up,
Yeah, we
right?
flew
Yeah.
it actually.
Well-
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, here's Fly on Vesryn and Dwen.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
I
yeah,
rode
they
like
carried
princess style on Vesryn's arms.
And I turned into a cat to be a scarf on Dwyn.
Yep.
And I carried Jada.
And
Now we're at the cave
you
entrance, right?
you arrived inside the cave,
And there's like
that's
a
when
light.
we
I
broke.
saw like a light at the inside.
Yeah, in the distance there's some light. Thank you. Is that Los Doneros? The art is by, well,
Sloth
we
butter.
we say it all the time. Sloth,
Oh, it's
right?
Serena.
Slothy Claws on Instagram. Serena, yeah, it's awesome art.
Fantastic artist.
Yeah.
So you're all standing inside the cave, and in the distance you see some light. It's like a bluish light, but it's definitely in the distance.
Hippie's gonna start walking towards it.
Oh, Hipley, hold on. We've had it. Let's be a little bit cautious. I'm going to cast Detect Magic, so I
Okay.
can see if there's anything traps, and then we should keep an eye out. Hipley, if you want to go first, that's fine, but keep an eye out for traps.
Yes, of course. I've been in caves before. Come on. This is my
Meow.
first time. Thank you.
What is your
Jesus
magic
Christ.
DC?
My magic DC?
Yep.
What do you mean? Like difficulty? The
Yep.
height or what?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me go over to my magic. I think it is save is DC 15.
Can you make me a DC 15 save, please?
This is great.
And I'm adding what to it? you
Nothing.
save.
It's straight. Don't worry. It's not a save. A check. Sorry. It's a check.
What kind of check?
It's It's a magic check. You're
So
casting-
add my magical bonus to it then, yes?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you'll
Okay.
add that.
Okay, so then
So
that'll be a 17 because I
Okay.
rolled a 13 plus 4. That's what I was asking because I'm like, it's
All
a
right.
13 but plus 4.
you are seeing along the cave walls, there are runes that are glowing like magically, and you can tell that they're runes of the old kind, and you've never been able to see them this way.
I stopped them. Hipley, hold on. Dwyn, are you able to see magic as well? I can't remember.
Can I see them with True Sight?
With True Sight, yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
What kind of magic is coming off of them? What kind of
the runes have different kinds of magics, but for the most part, they're characters you have not seen before, but they look like they're part of the old language.
But it's
Yeah.
all the different magics? It's all the different magic schools?
Yes.
Okay. There's a
She's
lot of
ours.
magic here.
She's already looking at it. She's like, as soon as she landed, she's just like, oh.
And they go down the corridor that you're in, basically, and they're at the same height on both sides all the way down.
Can I decipher what they say?
It looks like they're written to say something in a long sentence. So you'd have to walk further to gather them, but if you want, what I'll do is I'll give you a word at a time as you walk. I'll drop them in.
Okay.
You know what? I'll drop them in
This
chat.
is a trap.
So
Yeah.
I'll drop them in chat. First one.
I will say we should walk slow. Perhaps Dwin should lead the way so she can decipher the message as we're going.
And I'm like looking at Hipley meowing, patting my head. Meow.
I'll go to the back. Walk to the back of the line.
Meow.
I will go to the back with him so we can cover the rear.
Nope, I'm in the back. You're in front of me.
I'm still in the back with you.
I'm farther back behind you, so
Okay.
just keep back if I was to fall off the cliff.
So the first part that you can recognize as its own as you're walking is what I dropped in chat, and it continues on.
Is it in our Discord chat?
No, in the stream chat.
Oh.
Figure why not let them see it too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Together you enter.
No.
I don't watch the stream, so you'll have to tell me.
Oh,
It says, together you enter, broken you return.
Together you enter, broken you return.
all right. I'll drop it in Discord too, make it easier on you.
That's a good sign. We're gonna end up being broken. Yes.
All right.
Broken you return. Okay, so she'll keep walking and just sort of write down as she's used to writing and not looking at it, because I'm pretty sure she would do that all the time. You must enter unmistaken. Memories unowned are flame for you to burn. Truth is to traverse. Senses cross the escape, revealing every wound. All enter dormant, all leave fully awake. Truth may be your curse. So we're going to probably be given or endowed with some sort of knowledge that we might not be prepared for, and might make us crazy.
Crazier.
Noted. It's like, yes.
Noted.
Noted. Together you enter, broken you return. You must enter unmistaken. I don't know what that means. Unmistaken. Is there
Perhaps
like...
it means we must choose to go in here. It's not like an accidental. It's a choice. Unmistakably, we move forward. We know what we're getting ourselves into.
I'm gonna get really like linguist on you. Is the root of unmistaken like? Is it more of like a knowledge choice or like a determined choice? Can I tell?
Let me think. Would you know that? I would not. I would say it doesn't suggest determination.
Okay, knowledge. Okay. Enter unmistaken. Well, this usually in context usually means unmistaken, as in you know what you're doing. Memories unowned are flame for you to burn. Okay.
You can steal our memories?
Well, it says that we're burning it, so it's a choice of burning. Maybe their memories that we don't own ourselves, like we don't remember with conviction, or
we did receive memories a while back, right, from those visions, but they weren't necessarily our memories. Could we potentially lose those memories?
Maybe.
Like remember, Jesus, as being in your mother's stomach. Remember, you had a memory of all that before you were even born. That's technically not your memory. I forgot
Well,
your
that could
cat
be.
one.
That sounded like a bear, not a cat.
But it could that be a trait from these people to choose know that they can kind of do that as well. So it could be a trait from that too.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just wondering if those memories that we had during that dream, if those would count towards memories that are not ours. Will we lose what we found?
Maybe we can choose. I have a couple I want to get rid of, so if we can choose, that'd be nice. Like that can go, that can go.
Hippity,
that
why
can
do you
go.
want to constantly forget me? That's not nice.
I've already forgotten. Who are you again? Stranger. Don't worry,
Flame
you're
lights
blowing
up his
that.
hand. Stranger
still-
danger.
Stranger
Still-
danger.
I'm still casting that spell from Chandran.
I,
It's a long spell.
maybe it means
Data-
we need to. The next line is truth is to traverse. Well, maybe that's something like we cast aside these false memories that we have. Like just, maybe it's an illusion to you lie to yourself about who you are or what you did. And to accept those and your truth is to traverse across this space.
Louder.
Senses cross the scape, revealing every wound. I don't know what the scape is, but I think that revealing every wound comes back to knowing the truth.
Could escape mean like the different realms that we've traversed, like through all the realms, no matter where we are, we, cross
Maybe.
those, like
Maybe-
into the Shadowfell or other places.
Maybe the wound refers to all the, holes between the across the realms. Senses cross the scape, revealing every wound. All enter dormant, all live fully awake. Truth may be your curse. I think it's going to reveal truths to us that we're not going to like.
I'm gonna turn
So-
around. Can I see like does the exit still like look like it's there? I mean, like are we still just like I'm just gonna turn around just to see. Is it still? Can I see
Without
the
true
exit?
sight, it looks like a cave, just cave behind
Okay.
you.
So I can still see because we came. It was like light outside, so you can still see the light entering the cave, right? Because it was like I think
There is light
entering.
entering the cave, but you don't see the outside. You only see a wall, and light seems to be streaming through it.
Oh yes, okay. Oh, well, that's peculiar. Okay,
Well, it's because the illusionary wall. Remember, it was
Mhm.
a hidden wall.
we flew into it.
Well,
So,
we only can go forward. We at least have a possible understanding of what we might be facing ahead.
All we can do is go forward, yeah. I don't think we can prepare ourselves any more than we already have.
Jada, what do you feel about this, Jada? I mean, how are you doing?
Fine. How are you doing?
You've just been you've been very quiet for the last few days of this traveling.
Don't have anything to say.
Just.
Oh.
meow.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, if we do, we're here to listen. So hopefully, I know you're busy writing that journal, so hopefully that's been good. So, but yeah, just want to make sure you're okay. Just as one can be with what's happened.
Dwayne hears like a soft purr from Desus as she moves across her shoulders to leap down, and I pop into my real form. Ves, should we maybe contact our friend Luxable so they know
should.
what
We
we're
should.
experiencing?
Yes, and good reminder. Thank you. So
Yep.
caught up in the runes, I almost forgot. So I will send a message to him, telling him that we're inside of a cave, that there are
Okay.
runes on the wall, and what they said.
All right. Says I'll begin scrying then. And well, I mean, you don't know how long it takes. It
Well,
doesn't take very long.
She would
but-
be able to see with true sight when that little.
Oh
orb
yeah,
popped
you're right.
up.
You'd see a little ribbon like come to the area, and a few moments later,
Oh.
there is a connection to you, and it seems like the scrying has begun.
Let's move forward.
So where are we trying to go? I mean, so these take you places, right? So where are we trying to? Where is this going to take us? I mean, where we? If it works, then we're going to go somewhere. If I remember correctly.
Possibly. Or it may just take us to a chamber that might reveal truths to us, as it seems. Not every one of these locations have been portals, so this may or may not be a portal. It may just be similar to like the portal locations we've been to. And not every portal necessarily is like moving you from one place to another. It may be something taking us through time, through memory. Who knows what we're dealing with here?
Whoever made these is a cruel sense of humor. I mean, these are. I mean,
long before our time.
Yes. Well.
I'll wait for Dwin to lead the way. And is he looking through me or through her?
Probably Dwyn,
Okay.
I would think, because
I
you were the last one attuned to the scrying device.
Oh, okay. She just finishes writing her notes and looks at everyone. Oh, yeah, we could move.
And the cave continues, but the runes end, and there's just more cave to whatever is glowing blue in the distance.
Do the walls feel different? I was gonna touch the wall.
No, they feel like They feel like rough-hewn wall, cave walls still. Like none of them feel like they're just made by the hands of people. They're really rough and left kind of the same, like natural, except where a rune is carved into it. That looks like the only thing that isn't.
Well, I can't see it, so it still feels the same because I can't see the runes.
Right.
So I imagine, does it feel smoother in those spots? I imagine, like those rough, smooth.
Well, you can see the runes. You can't see them glowing magical.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So, do I detect anything else beyond? You said the runes end, but more.
Yeah.
Any other
in the distance, you detect magic also.
And what does that seem to be pulsating with?
It's hard to tell from this distance. You'd have to get closer to know. You're too far.
All right. We should head to that light. I believe that is where we need to go.
I think so too. She starts walking pretty confidently too. It's just, or like it's just like a hidden excitement. Like
I think Vesryn actually would walk up next to you and walk alongside you towards it.
okay.
Deece is gonna look at Jada.
Hit me in the back.
Maybe the common sense now.
I suppose. Let's make sure no one gets hurt.
And I will be checking for magical traps and regular traps along the route, just in case if anybody set anything up over time.
Okay. And you're not seeing traps. It seems like the distance is just literally distance from the beginning to whatever's down there.
Yeah, I'll mention that. I don't see any traps. Just the door, I think, or whatever it is.
Those who can detect magic, can you make me an Arcana check?
Oh, that's a good one. That'll be 14 plus 7.
Okay.
You can have Arcana. I'll give it a roll.
Yeah. I got a total of
21.
19.
17.
No.
Okay.
21.
Okay. So did anybody else get over 20 or were you the only one? Okay. So you're starting to see in the distance you're starting to recognize what magics are up ahead, and it's a combination of two that are swirling among each other. Divination and illusion.
There's divination, magic, and illusion intertwined up ahead in that glow. So
If it's not even a clue.
That makes sense to me.
yes,
It's how
Just-
truths and lies.
yep. But I don't detect anything that might reach out and cause explosive damage or anything like that. So
Before we go further, does anyone have any deep truths or secrets they need to share? I feel like this is the best place to do it. Does anyone have anything going off their chest before we go further? I feel like that's definitely might come up, so I'm just saying,
Definitely. I like fiction a lot.
Oh damn!
Sorry, I know this is betrayal.
I'll tell a secret
just
too.
Really
I like fiction as well a little bit, so.
You're both out of the book club.
It's the book club. It accepts all books.
I kind of like Dwayne's eyes kind of dart over to Vesryn just briefly, like. You literally just shrug at her.
I was like, what do you want me to say? Like, I don't know.
If anyone has anything else, looks like that's what
I don't think we have any. No deep secrets that are pertinent to anything at this moment.
No deep secrets. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nothing you want to share with us?
Doesn't actually know.
Nothing.
I don't think I don't think anybody else knew anything at this moment because I told Desus, but that's it.
Yeah, and she screamed, "What?"
Yeah.
On the middle of the ship.
And then nobody else has talked about it since. Well, shall we? And I will.
Yeah.
I will make it to the others. I will try to hide this as like a friendly thing. I will put my hand out to Dwayne to take it as we step forward towards it. But it's more like
hide it?
I'm trying to hide to you guys that it's like more of like the connection that we have, but more of like
a
just
friendly
like
gesture.
Just
like a
like,
friendly
hey,
gesture.
take this hand.
Like, shall we?
Can I get a marching order?
Hipley in the back.
Vesryn and Dwayne in the front.
Yeah, we're in the front.
I'll be immediately behind Vesryn and Glenn.
Hold on.
And I guess I'll be behind Jada.
Wait, who's front?
Vesryn and Dwayne.
Vesryn. Dwayne.
Who's getting hit first?
Who's third?
Jada.
Fourth is Hipley.
No.
Fourth is...
No,
Hipley's in the
Desus.
back.
Desus. Okay. Fifth is Hipley.
Hipley's playing it smart this time. He's in the rear.
I wanted, but y'all said no, so I'm like, well, fine. And I'm not directly in line with them too. Because like, there's like some sort of like line thing on like just like a little askew, just like a little off. So I'm not directly behind them, just to the side a little bit.
Oh, I see what you're doing here. When something goes off, you be like, "See, it didn't matter. You set it off." Nah.
And as you're going forward, you see the cave start to open up, and you can see what looks like just a huge bluish crystal floating in above a pedestal in the cave as it opens. But the tunnel you're in looks like it ends abruptly, and there's a few steps down. And can you make me, who's in the first is Vesryn, can you make me a perception check, please?
I mean, we're technically side by side.
All right,
we're
the
side
two of
by
you
side.
make me a perception check.
I failed mine. I'm pretty sure I got like a 7.
So once again, Cerridwen has to save you.
She does.
Oh, now.
Now, you're gonna jinx her saying that. Don't say that. We thought she was.
22.
22. The shadows are very subtly moving. And it could be the light from the crystal, because it's glowing. Or it could just be something else making the shadows move.
Can anyone else notice the shadows kind of wiggly?
When she points it out, do we notice?
Yeah, it's like when you have things near a fireplace and there's like shadows kind of flicker around a little bit, but you're pretty far away from the crystal, so you'd think it'd be less, but it seems to be moving more than even that.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts and see if I can like sense the presence of any other my Hipley sense. See if I like, detect any.
Your Hipley sense. I love that.
Your Hipley sense goes off. You sense malice.
Ooh, that's. Well, I sense.
And hunger, like both.
Maybe they're so hungry that's why the mouse. Okay. I sense weird. I sense some malice and a little bit of hunger too. I'm not sure those two are related, but I definitely am getting a malice kind of vibe.
That is incredibly disturbing.
Where are you?
Yes.
Where are you picking it up from? And as he's saying that, Vesryn's kind of pulling out his sword in case, as it, with the rainbowish effect as it comes out.
Can I look
All around.
It seems to be coming from the edges of the cave more than anywhere else,
The edges, okay. So I feel it.
which is where the shadows are, the deepest shadows.
You know where those shadows that are moving kind of creepily? Right near there, where I'm getting the strongest vibe.
Oh, right.
Do we think that the stone's keeping them at bay?
Can I mage hand and poke the crystal? I really want,
Well, you can mage hand and you can certainly try.
I really want to, but I'm not. I won't.
How high above is the crystal?
Is it super high?
It's
above?
floating a few inches above the pedestal.
I'm gonna touch it.
Yes. I'm the only one. Okay.
You what?
Vesryn's gonna
just
look.
I'm a mage hand. I'm a mage
no.
hand poke it. I'm a mage hand.
Vesryn's
poke
gonna
it.
study the pedestal because I think that's where we probably have to do the blood, if anything.
Yeah, the pedestal is a lot wider than the crystal itself, but it's sort of smooth edged, and it's a big, like a perfect circle around it, carved. There are no runes or anything carved into the side that you can see, or even the top. You can see the top of the pedestal because you're a little above the steps now, so it's really slightly less than even with you.
What if the blood? You said they're hungry. What if the blood feeds the shadows?
But I sense malice too. So do you want to feed just something they should feed?
It may be part of the process. To be honest.
Like,
It's
Horrifying.
actually, I feel like she would hesitate a little because the last time she touched the cubey water thing, she got sucked into a different dimension. So she'd be like,
I'm a mage hand poke. I use mage hand to kind of move it and touch it.
really wants to.
Poking from the other side, so she's right there. It pokes it into her hand. Moves it. She's like, oh shit, no!
Who's made?
I'm just
Guy-
gonna watch
guy
their
twins.
backs. I'm just kind of sitting back.
I'm still at the back when casting mage hand 30
Slowly
feet.
going backwards. I'm watching
So-
you guys.
so what do you do?
I'm just watching them.
What do you want to do with your mage hand?
Just touch it across, poke it.
Okay,
move it,
so
see what I can.
what's
I'm
the-
still in the back with 30 feet. So if I can be in the back and still
Okay.
cast it.
All right, so you stay back, and your mage hand floats above all your friends, and enters into the room. And when it enters the room, the shadows reach out from the edges and start reaching into the room, and they're following the mage hand. But the mage hand is floating, and it goes over to the crystal, and they swirl. And when it goes over the edge of the pedestal, the shadows reach up the edges and then stop, and then pull back.
I'm gonna mess with the shadows. You guys, are you guys seeing this? Ooh.
Yeah, they're seeing the shadows.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I'm saying that.
Stop playing with it.
Sorry. Ooh.
And your hand gets over the pedestal. What do you want to do with your mage hand now?
Poke it, touch it.
Okay.
Just poke it first. It's
You-
in the shape of a finger. Just pew.
You touch it, and it glows a little bit where you touch it. A little more.
I have to totally say that was totally a Jada mama moment. Stop messing with it.
Don't play with your food.
So I'll try to palm. It's probably too big to palm, but I'll try palm it. Try to see if I can. Because it'll move 10 pounds, so it's heavier. But try move it if I can.
It doesn't move.
Oh.
But when you put your mage palm across it, it glows in the shape of the hand, around it. And when you pull it back, it stays glowing for a moment and then slowly dissipates.
Well, that's tight.
Can you make me a wisdom
is.
save, please?
No. Oh boy, yes, that is a wisdom save. Oh boy. Oh, that's a 12.
Okay. So when you do this, and you leave the palm there for that time, Cerridwen, who has true seeing, sees for a moment a ribbon come between the mage hand and you have a moment where you see the death of your previous the one who was teaching you about books.
Ta'ana.
Ta'ana, right.
Or before that, okay.
And it is a moment that is recalled in more detail than you even remember.
Oh, because we never saw her die.
You didn't see her die. You saw.
Now I did.
And you take 4 points of psychic damage.
Did I also see the memory, or did I just see a ribbon?
Nope, you just saw a ribbon.
Was the ribbon like the scrying ribbon, or like?
It was like the one for the scrying one. It just went stretched between the mage hand and Hipley.
Oh, what happened to you, Hipley?
I stopped the mage hand.
Okay.
No, I saw this little. So when the scrying came in, I could see it. It was like a little ribbon running around, and I saw another one. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Luxville because it connected from the shadow to the mage hand.
No, it went from the mage hand to Hipley.
Oh, it went from the mage hand to Hipley.
To Hipley.
So the hand scried on Hipley?
I don't know. That's why I asked you what happened.
It did more than scribes. Yep, this place is as terrible as it seems like, so mouse is a good word. Yeah, so it's fine. I just saw Tana, saw them get murdered. No, we just found her body. Well, now I know how she died. How did it? So what happened? How did she die? What did they do? Because I see it, right? So what happened?
The shadow creature killed her with that black sword that it had. From the back, by the way.
Oh, was she in her? Was this outside?
It was outside. It was by the pit where she had buried stuff. Yeah.
That's where we found her. Okay. So, yep, that shadow creature. Remember that shadow creature? Yep, stabbed right in the back. He didn't. I mean, I guess it's a good thing, right? He didn't see it coming. So, yep, this is a fantastic, lovely, magical place that we're in. Fantastic. So don't touch your orb unless you want to see something truly horrendous and truly terrible. But if you want to, then go ahead and touch it.
Vesryn.
Can we go?
Vesryn immediately thinking about maybe he'll see what happened to his mother. Even though he doesn't want to touch it, reaches up with the focus of his mother and he touches it.
With what?
With my hand.
You're not at the. You can't reach it from here.
Oh, we can't reach it from there?
No, it's further in the room.
I thought we walked into the room because I went up to where the pedestal was.
No, you're at the end of the cave, and the shadows are in the corners. I don't think anyone walked in yet.
Well, I had said I was walking over to the pedestal because I think that's where we got to pour the blood. So
okay, I didn't catch that.
Oh, all right. Well, sorry. Well, then I will walk towards that now.
So the moment you put your foot down on the step, a light glows that goes up into the depths of the cave above, and it waits for a moment, and then it starts to move forward.
And I will go with it. The light.
Okay. So you go down one step and another step. Can you make me a dex check?
Natural 20.
Hey.
All right.
Yay!
So
20.
it starts moving faster and faster as it heads towards the pedestal, and everyone else behind it sees these shadows start following and chasing you, but you never step out of the light, and you reach the pedestal and are able to climb up or step up. There's steps up, not climb.
I say.
And then once you hit the top of the pedestal, the shadows recede again.
I say I have to see. I have to see if I can see what happened to my mother. So you guys know why I'm doing it, and then I will.
But you really guys are going to give you what you want. Okay. Well.
I don't know. I'm with the thought, knowing that this thing can show you things, I do try to focus my thoughts on my mother,
Okay.
See what it shows me. See if it will show me anything about her. I don't know if it will, but that's what I'm hoping.
I'm just saying, bro, so I didn't try to like imagine, it didn't touch and ask her, oh, when she died, just letting you know before you touch it. So
I understand, Tipley, but sometimes it can work.
And you put your hand against it, and nothing happens.
And I pull it away.
Make me a perception check.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And 12. Yeah, no, you don't notice.
Never
mind.
perceptive enough. La 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 la.
Yeah.
Did I have the scarf, or did one of you guys have the scarf?
I think I'm pretty sure you had it.
I will look at the pedestal that I'm standing on.
Okay, so you look down.
Yeah.
You notice there's a glowing light in a circle around you, but there's no light coming from above anymore.
Mm-hmm. It's just like a glowing light that's coming up?
It's just like a glow on the floor, leaving like a circle that you're standing in. Like a glowing disc. Like the Michael Jackson video where he's stepping on the steps.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go without us.
All right. Well, then I'll wait here.
We're just gonna walk ahead, like, well, we're already in it now, so let's go to our doom. Walks up ahead.
Okay. So make me a dex check. A glowing light comes down around you when you step.
Yeah, no. Nope.
No. Okay. And it starts moving faster and faster, and you end up not staying caught up with it for a moment, and you feel this searing pain as the shadows catch up to you. What's your AC?
Not very. 14.
Okay. So you take 5 points of damage, necrotic damage, and your foot is just in searing pain. Make me a dex check to see if you can catch back up to the light.
Probably not. That is a 10.
Okay. So what are the rest of you doing when you see him starting to be struck by the shadows? Okay. When you step in, you see the light same way. Make me a dex check. You have high dex. You'll probably make it.
We'll see.
Good jinx here, man. Stop doing that.
Hipley's not a dex master. Actually, Hipley has a high dex.
Yeah, I just roll low constantly. It's just any stream, any game
That's
I plan.
7.
Oh, nice. Okay,
You
so
jinxed her.
second
Yeah,
one.
jinxed
Yeah, I know. What's your AC?
13.
Okay.
Huh?
So as you're running, you end up getting ahead of the light, trying to catch up, and the shadows attack you also, and you take 11 points of necrotic as
I'm
they
ahead of
reach
it,
up. Huh?
I'm ahead of it though.
But you're ahead of the light. You're rushing in, trying to get to Hipley, I assume.
Yes.
And you thought the light would keep up or stay ahead of you, and you just ended up stepping outside the circle.
Scott,
yeah,
can
that's totally fine. I would like. Sorry, go ahead.
Can I pull out a torch and light it with prestidigitation? Because it says I can light or snuff out a candle or torch. At
Sure.
least try to provide light to maybe scare these things off a little bit.
Sure.
So I will see if that helps.
Okay. Go on. What are you doing?
I would like to use my rope dart to snag Hipley and pull him up to the pedestal. Just like, kind of like,
Jeez.
launch him to the pedestal.
And you miss when we get stabbed with this.
Okay.
And then he dies, and then he's gone forever.
They have more accuracy than that. They're not going to leave you stabbed. Go ahead. Make an attack roll with it against Hipley's AC.
Grab my foot and I'm looking up like, Jada, what are you doing?
Jada carried the malice all on.
It's my Viper's Kiss. 23.
Oh, yep, that's
Definite
good.
hit. So you hit. Make me a strength check. And Hipley's going willingly, so it'll be easier.
Nice.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I mean, okay.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That dart thing is pretty cool. It wraps around you when it's thrown and pulls and you get to the pedestal with the three of them now.
Oh, that whiplash will go away sometime.
Vesryn, make me a perception check when you light the torch.
Actually, it wouldn't be that. What I would have done is I would have had Soul, just because she has the ability to illumination.
Yep.
30-foot radius of dim light with an additional 30 feet, so she would light up the room.
Okay.
I'd have Soul light up the room.
All right. The three of you that are up on the pedestal, make me perception checks, please.
That'll be a 10.
23. Or 20. Hold on, math. 22.
13.
All right.
You are not getting rolled for it. Let's go to the
Jada, when you get up to the top, you notice that the light that was under you, the little glowing circle, has moved into a different position than where you're standing on the top of the pedestal. It looks like it's... Yeah, you're good. You have a head for math as a construct. It looks like it's divided the space, the circumference, into thirds and put a light that you're not at 1/3 around from where Vesryn is, and another one where Hipley, that left Hipley and went around to the other third.
Okay. I'll hop down to where the light is.
It's still on the pedestal. You're on the pedestal still.
I'll move to where it is then.
Okay, when you get to it and you stand in it, it glows a little more while you're standing there.
All right.
Kind of like the way Vesryn's is. What?
Oh, so we're already on ours, right?
You're on yours. You haven't moved, so you're still on it.
Okay.
What are the two of you doing back there, Cerridwen and Desis?
I look at Desis and I say, "Do you want to ride?" And I cast Dimension Door.
Okay.
Yeah, she pulls out her crowth and just like plays a soft little. This door opens, and then I'll open the other one right next to Vesryn, and then just walk right through.
And the two of you traverse safely and end up on the pedestal, and glowing lights come from below you, and all the lights except Vesryn's move and transect the circle, the circumference, into fifths.
Okay.
All right. And nothing else seems to be happening at the moment?
There's an alarm going off. Loud enough. Can you get that? I think they're making pizza or something in there, homemade pizza.
No, it's the cave.
Oh
On
no.
the pedestal. Like,
Oh no, we got the pedestal now. It's like, oh shit.
Skin's crumbling. No.
So you're standing at the you're all up there and you see those things move into fifths around.
So we're doing this?
Well, we can first. Do we want to try touching the crystal? Is it together?
I'm gonna kick the crystal.
Let's not kick it. Let's just.
I'm kicking it. Like I'm gonna kick it. I'm upset. I'm kicking the
It's not
crystal.
gonna stop you from kicking it.
First,
Block
is there any ruins on this pedestal?
I will assist. There
are none.
Jada at stopping him. We're like, no, stop.
Is that gonna be a dex save?
Hipley can probably kick it before any of you stop him. The tip is right there. The crystal falls and crushes him.
And then floats back up.
No, when you kick it, it's like kicking a wall. It's huge.
My foot hurts worse.
Do I notice, now that I'm closer to the crystal, do I notice anything interesting about the crystal with truth side or my own
Yes,
side?
you see that there are really odd cut facets all through here, and when you look in them, you see yourself, but from different angles, and seemingly not you currently. Because, like, the way your face is at the moment is not exactly how all of them are. Some of them look like maybe when you were younger, dressed differently, at different angles.
Okay. Look at the crystal. Look inside.
All right.
Find a facet.
Are we gonna see something good?
Depends on what your childhood was like.
You see yourself at different times and places in your life.
Do I see myself older?
No.
Okay.
Is it just ourselves, or is it like, because you said different places? Do we see like locations, or like?
Yeah, you can see backgrounds, like subtle, but there.
I
Not
will
clear,
try to
but enough.
Yeah, I will reach in and touch one of those. See if, like, like if it's.
There's no reaching in. It's just the cut of the stone. It's just the gemstone itself.
I just mean like, okay, well, not reach in, but like reach and touch where you can see like the different images, like the memories, and see if I can touch, interact with one memory in specific.
No.
If that does anything. No. Well, perhaps the blood on the pedestal below us.
Hold on. I'm gonna touch the stone, and I'm gonna cast guidance into it.
Okay. Do it up. Let's see.
It's just a cantrip, but...
What will it give you?
If you need info on guidance, I will happily give it to you.
Why are you powering up the crystal?
I got it.
Why are you giving the crystal guidance?
No, Desus has an idea. Guidance is divination.
Yeah.
If that helps you at all.
Yeah. You don't... I don't think that you would get any benefit from the crystal from that. Directly.
But do I sense like almost something about to happen, but it just didn't connect?
Well, the crystal's definitely magical, and you can feel. Well, if you have detect magic, you can see the magic swirling all around it, and it's swirling in like very chaotic ways. It's not even. It's more like wind, the way wind swirls. No. You don't really get anything from it. It doesn't give you anything.
I thought since Hipley did Mage Hand, it seemed to come from his Mage Hand, maybe a spell, but I guess mine didn't work.
That's a good thing, trust me. You don't want what it would have probably given, so no.
I will cast. I'm going to cast a second level spell into it. Because I don't really have a lot of divination spells. But see invisibility level 2 is a divination spell.
Yeah. And
I mean, maybe it's conjuration.
the one thing that you would see would be in the shadows to the outsides. There are creatures that are shadowed, that are shadows. And you can kind of see them separate from the actual shadows when you have that on. Subtly, but definitely there. But nothing with the crystal.
All right. Well, I mean, I was casting it into the crystal, but I don't know if I could. Like, fuel it, like magic fuel in it.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. All right. Well, I pull out the thing, the blood. I mean, we're standing on the pedestal. Maybe the blood either goes on the crystal or in the pedestal.
Go for it.
And I will say the word.
Okay. And the blood starts to pour out all at your feet. And weirdly, the blood pours out and starts to like smear across the pedestal top. You know. And as it does, it crosses and it looks like it makes a 5-pointed star, very rough, but each one ends at one of the glowing lights. and the blood just sits on the surface like that.
Does the crystal glow or anything else?
Nope. Crystal's the same. No, it's not glowing anymore.
Can I look at the images of myself, and I'm gonna try to find something that I don't remember happening. I'm trying to find the unowned memory.
Hold on, I have to go back and look at a note real quick before I do this. Give me 1 second. How long ago was that? That was a long time ago. So
That's for you, Tiff. That's for you. I like that thought process.
It's a genius, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the clues we have are in the riddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it says memories unowned are flame free to burn, and it seems like a good thing to burn if we don't fire things to. I mean,
I have Firebolt. So we can burn them.
if we don't want the shadows close to us. Truth is to traverse, and so like if I find like the truth, then maybe we could like traverse forward. You know. All enter dormant. All leave fully.
here it is. Okay. So you see. So as you're watching, hold on, a memory comes back up that you didn't know you had. That was the interrogation of Jezeroth. And hold on, Saren Durhal.
Was that the guy that we like cast truth, like a zone of truth, and like threatened to throw him off of the building?
Yes, and you don't remember that, and you realize that that memory was taken from you and is suddenly in your head again.
Huh. That's weird. Right?
And when that happens, the glow on the floor, the light from it emits itself into the beam, and you're standing at your circle. And you're now bathed in light, and the light goes up to the edges of the crystal.
Okay. Amongst the versions of you, look for the memory or whatever image that you don't remember, that doesn't seem to be yours.
Okay.
So we'll do that, I guess, right? Is anybody not doing that?
Well, it's hard to recognize a memory you don't remember, but
And this is just like, okay.
And Desus, you have a memory.
I have a memory.
You see something that you don't recognize, and then it feels like it was always there. And it's a moment when your mother hugs you and whispers something, it's muddled, and then hands you to some other hands that feel comforting also, and she walks into the sea and slowly disappears, and then the same effect happens with you.
And Deese's face just kind of sullen and sad, but not like and distressing, so just more of a like forlorning sort of thing.
Who's next?
Does she start to glow?
Yep, the glow happens, strikes the crystal edge, and she's bathed in the light from the floor.
I'll go next.
All right. So when you start looking in the facets for the thing you don't recognize, you see something unusual. You see a mirror behind you. And nope, not I'm sorry, in front of you. And you see hands working on the inside of you and doing something with tools, and you realize the hands are Lucie's hands, and she is delicately making adjustments, and you feel your senses changing as the adjustments are happening. Can you make me an intelligence check?
Not my strong suit, y'all. Oh, I got 17.
All right. You realize that the adjustments that are happening because they're making your senses come to life. But you're unable to move or anything. And this might be your birthday. Like 0 birthday. And she's humming a little tune. And you remember hearing that song, that humming that she did many times when you were, I don't want to say young, when you were early. And you don't remember that, and suddenly it feels like it had always been there. But what's really interesting is you can remember what she did with the tools. And then the same thing happens. The light washes up around you, and they hit the facets above your circle, and you feel like you learned something.
Jan just kind of smiles to themselves. It's sad. It's fond.
Seeing everybody else lighting up. Oh, look at Hipley, who I believe has probably been hesitant after what he saw. And I'll just say, Hipley, I can't imagine what you just went through a moment ago.
Just look at it. We can talk about it later.
But we need to.
Just look at it. I'll look at it after you. Fine, I'll just look. It's fine. I'll look into it.
Oh, okay.
And when you look into it, it takes you a while, but you find a point in time when you were really, really young. And
I'm not that old, but okay.
No, when you were really, really young, and you're touching paper, and you realize it's probably the first time you've ever felt it. And it's not even the seeing the paper that really strikes you as much as the tactile sense and the smell of it. There's a weird smell to the ink, but it's a nice smell. And some person, maybe you're in a store, maybe says, "Oh, you like books?" You didn't even know what a book was. You're so young. It's just paper and a weird thing. And it's just a pleasant moment that washes by, but you remember it and you know that it happened.
And then I imagine a glow comes from myself to you.
Yeah, and then the glow strikes the facets above you and bathes you in the light, and you're standing in your point on the star.
Vesryn will follow suit, knowing that everybody else has done it and safe, and to hopefully finish this connection, he will start looking through his memories there.
Okay. You have a memory from when you were younger with Ina, and you are playing outside, and when you are, she like grabs something, and you're not really sure what it is, but it might be an animal, and when she pulls back, you realize she's holding a snake, and it strikes out into the air. It doesn't hit her, but you come rushing over, and you get struck in the hand as you try and slap it out of Ina's hand. And there's a searing pain that runs through you from the strike, and you realize there are only a couple of points in the bite, and you immediately know, because your family has trained you or taught you about the dangers in the world, that when there's two big holes and not a bunch of small ones, that was a venomous snake, and you and your sister have to get back to the castle, to the keep, and you start to get delirious as you're walking, and you feel something sort of putting their weight under your shoulder, and Ina was smaller than you, but you can feel your weight is dragging on her, and she's the one pulling you into the doorway at the keep, and people suddenly come rushing.
I want to confirm. You're not talking about Eliana. You're talking about Ina.
Yep.
Yeah, Ina, my childhood crush.
Yep.
All right. Did you say my sister a minute ago? I was like, wait.
Not your sister. I meant Ina. Yep.
Oh yeah.
It was Ina. My dog. He's like.
And I think that's the first time he's thought about her in a long time.
And you didn't remember that, and it washes back over you. This new memory. The light from the bottom reaches up to the crystal facets, and all five of you are in this light, bathed in the light, and you're standing in front of the crystals. Can I get wisdom saves from everybody?
Yeah, okay. About time. I was rolling pretty crap for the last few
No. That's a no.
23.
Huh?
Nat 20? Jazz, nat 20? Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Got a dirty 20.
Nice.
22.
So, yeah, 23, 20. How much?
22 in total.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
I got.
Hipley, what was yours?
Yeah.
No, 8.
8. Vesryn?
I had a 23. I rolled a 19.
Okay, so Hipley's the only one that really gets affected initially, and it looks for a moment like he's falling asleep. Like his head is kind of.
I grab him if I can to make sure
You can't get to him without leaving your circle,
Gotcha.
because you're all at one point of the star.
Oh, it's that much space between us. Gotcha.
Yeah. But he's not falling over. He's just standing. And when he does, his hand goes forward to kind of catch himself. And when it does, it glows around his hand. And he gets like a fairy fire glow that wraps around him. And his eyes are closed.
He doesn't look like he's in pain though, right?
No.
I will reach out and touch the.
Okay, when you do, there's a glow that wraps through your hand and then does like a fairy fire glow around you also. And when he does that, it looks like his eyes glaze over like he's going into a trance. And he seems locked in place.
Okay. I look to Jada and then I look to Dwayne and just give a nod as I also follow suit and reach out my hand.
And you do so, and the glow wraps around you, and you your eyes close and you go into sleep.
It does say all enter dormant. So I think we're doing whatever it is right. And so don't touch it.
Same thing, you put your hand to it, it wraps around you, you get the fairy fire light glow. Unlike a fairy fire, it's not green, it's really the blue, like the crystal. And your eyes, it's like you can't not sleep or trance when you do this. It holds you there. And you feel it kind of grab, and then your eyes are closed. And Jada, you're the last one.
Run, Jada. Give a chance.
I have this terrible feeling about this. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna touch it. I mean, I did say don't go without all of us.
Peer pressure, let's go!
Peer pressure, let's go!
I do love the idea of you looking around going, this is a terrible idea.
It's like, this is not good.
Like Space Jam, we're getting our magical basketball powers back.
So as you go to do it, your finger touches and your hand touches, and nothing happens for a little while, and then suddenly there's a little bit of a glow at the tip of one of your fingers, and then it slowly wraps around, and it's very warm. Like the glow is warm, like a comforting warm, not a burn or anything like that. And it's a really slow wrap of your body, the way that it kind of reaches through. And unlike everyone else, your eyes stay open. But you feel yourself go into a mode like when you're being worked on the inside. And your body locks into place. And when it does, everybody... the triangle's complete, and suddenly you all see yourselves from inside the crystal looking out at yourselves out there. But you're definitely seeing like an odd thing but you're not touching the ground. You seem to be floating in this space above yourselves. I'm gonna put my dog on the floor for a moment. Now. Give me a second.
We're prisoners in the crystal now. Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh hey, at least Buddy has been scrying on us all the time, and we're in here together. So
unless he wanted us to be here trapped.
Ah, we're his sacrifice.
Can I get wisdom saves from everybody?
Yeah.
No.
10.
16.
Alright, even better this time. 24.
I got a natural 20 again.
Nice.
You're cool.
I got a 5.
I got a 16.
Alright. Oh, well that... 10?
Yes.
Okay, so Cerridwen, Vesryn, and Hipley, as you're floating around, you seem to cross each other a little bit. And when you do, you get a memory from the other person. And can you each give each other a memory from your childhood or your past lives that they now know that you have not told anyone else? And it's not necessarily a comforting, warm feeling to have your secrets revealed to people.
I mean, essentially getting kicked out of the house for messing with magic or having a little magical... When I was first discovering magic, kind of like, messing around with it, thinking I'd be some more like a hero or something like that, some like the books used to read. Parents kind of went a bit. They weren't happy. They don't like magic. They don't believe in it, trust it, all that jazz. So they were like, "You're out of here." So yeah. Y'all get that.
They're the Dursleys.
Well, you would see a memory of him sparring against his older brother. And every time his brother tries to give him a chance or Vesryn misses a strike, you see his father pulling Vesryn aside and belittling him, sometimes striking him, telling him that he needs to work harder, and not seeming to understand that Vesryn's just not the same as his older brother, the same as Eldrin. And I would say you would also see part of it where afterwards he's in his room reading books, trying to understand magic, where he seems to be much more better at it, but his father doesn't seem to care when he tries to show him those things.
Yeah. And when you feel those, by the way, you don't just see them, you feel the feelings he had, that you each had, each one individually. All right, Cerridwen, what did they experience from you?
So, this is like right after her dad had passed. And Saren had made a chicken sandwich. And put it aside for herself. And Dwayne walks in. She's just had a bad day. She's coping. She sees the sandwich. She says, "I'm hungry." She grabs that sandwich.
Shut it down.
And she grabs it. She looks at that label that says Saren. She's like, "Whatever," and just eats it. And then Saren walks in and is like, "What are you doing with my sandwich?" And the two of them destroy the kitchen with their bout. Saren is Sparta kicked out the kitchen door. Their mom comes in screaming. They're bloody and bruised. And the feeling that you get is actually that Wynn feels terrible about that. She feels very ashamed that that's how she behaved. She like feels ashamed that she like took her sister's sandwich. She feels ashamed that she didn't behave better when their family was mourning, and she feels bad that she decided to kick her sister out of the door. So she just feels ashamed, and that's not something she really brings up because, you know, it doesn't seem like something she would do, but she has done. Actually, I have kicked someone out a window. Never mind.
I will say, since you described it, what you would have felt from Vesryn, you would have felt that he feels inadequate, that he doesn't feel like he's ever going to be, the son that his father needs him to be. That he always feels like he's lacking. That's what you would feel from him. No matter how good he is at something, it was never good enough. So that's what you two would have felt from that memory.
And Desus and Jada, when you look around, you realize that Vesryn, Hipley, and Cerridwen aren't next to you anymore.
Oh.
Oh no.
But the two of
go?
you can see each other, but you're just sort of floating there, and you see each other, but the three of them are not next to you anymore. You're not.
And did we see them kind of almost collide, and then it just poof?
Yep. And then you kind of remember in a weird way that when they just barely touched, that as they did so, they floated up and up and up. And you notice that above you there's there's no cave above you. It just opens up into what seems to be empty space. Maybe in the distance, clouds like rolling.
Right. I think so. It seemed they kind of touched and went away. I put a hand out to Jada. Okay, fingers, sure.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
I was thinking ET phone home.
And when you do, you get that same experience that was described. So what memories do you end up sharing with each other that are difficult?
So what Jada gets from Desis, she experienced Desis as like maybe 3-4 years old. And it looks like she's on this kind of rocky island playing in these tide pools. And you just catch the glimpse of a silhouette of a horned man sitting in the distance watching. And Desis is playing around the tide pools, catching little crustaceans and stuff, trying to fill up a little bucket nearby. And it starts feeling happy, like it's a good little moment, until you hear a muffled yell as Desis looks up towards the man and sees him standing straight up and starting to move towards her. And then there's just a whoosh, as of a wave, just came crashing down upon her and started to sweep her off from the tides. You just see bubbles and Frankdit waving in the water. And the feeling of that fear of now being entrapped and starting to sink, just the light starting to get dimmer and dimmer.
For Jada, you see desert as Jada is walking, and there is nothing for as far as the eye can see. And there's no real memory behind it besides a very silent automaton just walking without rest, without destination, and without people. But the emotion that you get is agony. It is devastation and grief and an almost vacuum of darkness and emotion. It's just a feeling of too much, and there's no way to shut it off. Yeah, that's it.
One thing you also pick up when that happens, Desis, is for the first time, maybe in your life, you feel a clock in your head that is super perfect in its rhythm. And it's not as comforting as you would think. It's more, its perfection is almost disquieting. It's an odd thing to know the perfect step and hear your feet miss a beat and then be on a beat, and the oddness of wind moving against and opposed to the time that is set in your head. And that's an unusual feeling that normally anyone but a construct can't really feel. And it is an odd thing. Can you make me a wisdom save?
Alright, I certainly can. Alright. Plus... That is 16 total.
Okay. As you go through all this, you feel you and Jada floating up and away, and your bodies standing against the crystal edges very quickly disappear into the distance, and you find yourself up in what seems to be clouds, and you find Vesryn and Cerridwen and Hipley all sort of in this weird space, and all of you realize you're floating or flying. And in the distance, you think you see things like mountains rolling, and you hear wind but don't feel it, and the skies around you, which are in every direction, sometimes they're red or pink like a sunset, sometimes they're black like night. Stars are twinkling in certain spots where it's darker, and all the while you feel yourself losing a base, like a place to plant yourself. but you're all there, and you all are near each other enough that you can see where you all are. But where you all are is nowhere you've ever experienced.
And it's just mountains really rolling around.
In the distance, you're like floating in the sky.
Can we move?
Do you want to move?
Vesryn will try to move to see if he's
Okay.
able to.
When you try and move, when you think to move, you move in the direction you wanted to.
All right, and it's just all we see is mountains, nothing else behind us or
Oh
anywhere
no,
else.
you see clouds everywhere, mountains rolling in the distances. Every now and then you'll see a streak of lightning in a cloud in the distance, but it's almost like you're the center of this universe you're in now, and everything is rolling around you. And I don't mean mountains like rolling. I mean mountains with no base, floating in space. And just slowly tumbling in the air.
I'll try to speak. We'll see if we're able to talk.
Yeah.
Well, do any of you recognize anything?
And when he speaks, all of you hear in your head his voice saying something, but it doesn't feel physical. And it feels distant, not like right next to you.
Oh, this is worse than the mushrooms I had. Oh,
Why are you eating mushrooms? Don't go eating mushrooms.
I was a teen. We were on the island.
I was just about to ask why you didn't share.
I can grow some later, but this is... Ooh.
All right. I think we can move if we wish. Do we want to try to travel somewhere? Do we want to try to focus on a thought, a memory? See if it
Why?
guides us?
Where?
It says the senses traverse or hang on, let me go back to my note down.
Yeah, senses cross escape.
I think
Feeling
it's safe to
everyone.
assume this is the escape.
Okay.
Let's just stop moving, and I'll start moving in a direction.
Reveal in every room. Senses cross escape, reveal in every room. Senses?
And it says before that, truth is traverse, so maybe we need to travel. I mean, it could have been back there, or it could be in here, traveling through here.
Well, I think the truth to traverse is us finding the truth of the memories and traversing us here. But
Yeah.
I mean, it could be how we navigate.
I can do one shortly.
Where is here?
We don't
Does
know.
anyone...
I didn't hear you what?
Jada asked, "Where is here?" So
Yeah, here is a very odd concept here. Here.
So, as someone whose entire religion is basically about having wild experiences in the woods, is this unusual to me? Is this
Oh,
familiar
yeah.
to-
Yeah, especially as you do things like you're standing there and you're slowly rolling upside down and they're like not upside down and like you're talking to them and like you're in almost like slow orbit around each other in the middle of what seems to be nothing.
I'm gonna start flying towards one of those floating mountains.
Yeah, we
Okay.
should try and stay together.
Okay. I'm gonna try to touch who's ever closest to me. Jada, I'll make it you. I try to touch you. Can I touch them?
Yes. And when you do, you get to share a memory with each other.
Oh man.
Oh, does it have to be painful or can it be
Nope.
happier?
It can be whatever you want it to be. It just has to be valuable to you.
Okay. The one that she gets is the awkward moment when her ex started dating her sister. And that really uncomfortable dinner they had. And how she
Yep.
she probably their spoons are probably wood. She broke a neck for spoons. So yeah, like there are reasons why she and Saren have problems.
Yep.
The one that you get is the first time Lucy taught Jada how to fix themselves. So like little panels in the arms and the knees and accessible places. It's a very fond memory of Lucy explaining things to Jada, who understands everything, even though their intelligence is not great. But they know their own body and they know math, so.
Aww.
And when you touch each other, what do you want to do via the touching? What is your purpose?
I wanted to see if I could actually touch them.
Okay.
But
Yes.
the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell them, okay, I'm gonna try to close my eyes and try to sense something. So don't just hold on to me so I don't fall away or something.
Okay.
And then I'll close my eyes because it says the senses or what do the thing. So she's gonna try to start smelling and hearing. I don't know. She'll try to taste the air. You see her just like.
What are you doing?
Try to taste the air. I don't know. What's anyone doing?
And you taste the salt of the ocean as it washes over you in near Shaley. And you feel that, you feel the everyone having fun at the beach, because there's a beach over there by the edge of the swamp area. Take care, Los Donieros. Los Donieros? I guess I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll have to figure that out. And when you do, Jada, you feel water and taste water too. And it's weird because you're not feeling all the same things. I'll be there in a second. And what do you want to do with this?
I'll experience the memory.
Okay. Make me a wisdom check.
Okay, I'm okay at those. That's a 13.
You realize that you're looking at yourself when you open your eyes from being in the water in a little bit of a distance. And you don't think that this is your memory.
Okay. I don't think it's my memory, but I can see me.
Yes, that's what makes you think it's not your memory.
Can I go to me? I will myself to me.
You can try and do it, and when you do, you realize you are seeing a memory from your sister's perspective, and everything goes up in smoke around you when you exit that memory that way. Like it is burned away.
Oh, okay. And so I open my eyes and look at everyone in the party. Is there something that happened outside in the float zone?
Yeah, you can see that there is smoke rising from in the distance, like maybe a pool of water or something, and it's slowly burning away. This idea.
Huh. So, I tasted the air. Trying different senses, and I got another memory that was Saren's, my sister's. Then it burned away, and that happened. She points at the smoke. So,
Okay.
I don't know, try to listen, try to smell.
Why don't we take a real quick break? 'Cause
Sure.
I have to go eat a little pizza that they made. We'll be right back. See you in a few minutes, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We are back. They're enjoying themselves in the I don't want to say what it is, just the scape.
I call it the float zone, but because we're floating, I don't know.
You are floating. Although Vesryn's floating away from all of you, heading to
Well, I would have
something in the
stopped
distance.
when she did that and started talking to us. I would have stopped.
Okay.
So.
So you stop. When you stop, it's not like you immediately stop. It's more like you slow down. You know, it's sort of like,
The momentum's keeping in that direction.
yeah, exactly. But it does slow down to eventually stop, but it's not like immediate. And Cerridwen was having an epiphany
Want
or
me to say it
something.
again?
Huh?
Want me to say it again?
No, I heard. I mean, you can if you want. I mean, as a reminder.
Taste the air. No, when I tried to experience my other senses in this area, whatever this place is, I experienced another vision of a memory that was Serin's, who's my sister's, and then it burnt away after I realized it wasn't mine. And then I opened my eyes again, and I looked over and I saw the smoke coming up. So we need to...
He closes his eyes and just kind of tastes the air. Just
There's humidity to it, and it's raining, it seems. And as it's raining, you realize that you're in a cart traveling somewhere, and you look back, and oddly you see yourself in the back of the cart with some boxes. And when you look to the other side of you, you see your mother. And you're on the road in a cart, heading somewhere.
right. So I assume, from my dad's perspective, then I assume.
Yes.
Okay. And is that all I kind of glean from? So I just see it in the cart, bringing it. We're going somewhere.
You're on the road traveling, and you
Yeah.
can see in the distance there's some rain clouds, and you can tell, you know how you see the sheets of rain in the distance that you're heading towards. You see those and you feel them in the air, the humidity and the dampness as you get closer and closer. But it doesn't seem like there's anywhere to go, so keep going. The cart keeps rolling along.
How far is that? Does it keep going? Is that where?
It'll keep going for a while. You're on a long road. And for a moment you think you know where you're going, but maybe to the city?
Or my dad thinks, or like, am I?
You're
thinking,
experiencing
like, okay,
somebody
this
else's
is
memory, it seems.
okay, and I think I know where they're heading to. Okay, where do I think they're heading to?
The city,
Okay.
which was a rare treat,
Mhm.
but the rain is definitely coming. And they're not happy about that. They were hoping that wasn't going to happen. And you ride it all the way out to the city or through the rain and whatever?
So we end up making it through. So we end up making it through the. Okay.
Yeah, you'll go through a lot of rain, that's for sure. It's a big downpour up ahead of you. And there's lightning and thunder and all that. It's a big thunderhead.
I mean, can I? So can I do? So I'm watching memory. I can't interact. Also, I'm just watching. There's nothing I can
No,
I don't know
you're
what anyone's
you're
thinking,
leading
or
the
just-
horses. You have the reins.
So then, can I talk? Like, I mean, so if I'm my dad, then okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll ask my mom, who's my wife now, which is real weird.
Yep.
Where, honey, darling, I forget, but where are we heading to again?
We're going to see that book lady to introduce Hipley to her. I know you don't want to say it out loud. Don't say it too loud. We don't want to bother him. He has his things you put all his things in his boxes, right?
Remind me again. Sorry, the storm's got me a little bit fuddled.
You put everything in in the boxes, right? All of his stuff, all of Hipley's stuff.
Yeah, it did. It's all in there.
Okay, good. I mean, we have to go through the storm because we got to get there, today. So there's really no turning back.
I mean, we don't have to drop him off, though. I mean, is that really what we want to do? I mean, is that the best course? I just want to make sure I'm making the right decision, that's all, so.
It's what we discussed. Because he's doing all that stuff it's dangerous. And we can't seem to get him to stop. And he's really going to hurt somebody and she's the only person we know that knows how to help somebody learn to control that.
There's no control in that, though. No. I mean, if we keep... I know. There's nothing else we can do, I guess. Just... can't help but feeling disgusted, but... I don't know. I'm sorry, honey. It's just it's been a long day. That's all. So.
And the rain starts to pitter patter on the cart and around you, and you feel the rain. And she pulls her cowl over herself to stay as dry as she can. And then the rain turns into an eruption of, and lightning rolls across the sky above you as you travel.
It's not the best sign. I'll tell you that. It's not the best sign at all.
She says nothing to that. She just pulls her cowl even tighter.
Are you okay with this?
I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe when he learns to not be so dangerous with it, maybe he can come back. I mean, that would be nice. He scares me right now.
Yeah, I mean, the unknown definitely is scary. I mean, it's...
Can you make me a wisdom save, please?
I can fail another one tonight. Oh no, that's probably nice. That's a 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel a real pain in your mind from this memory, the conversation, the way it's going with the two of them. It's deeply unsettling, and really it's hard for you to stay in it without it just tearing you up. This is a conversation that you should not have been hearing, and yet here you are.
Yep, so I probably will try to stand as long as I can. Even though like I know that it hurts, just trying to understand it more. So I'll stay in it, but as I get like kind of pulled off, I'll stay as long as I can, just trying to.
So
Yeah.
you ride all the way to this interesting home that to you as Hipley is very familiar. Oddly, there's a good number of cats running around that you really don't remember as you're heading in. And this woman with a very warm smile greets you and your wife at the stairs, and this woman sees Hipley, and she goes, "Oh, let's get his stuff in. You know, we can talk when we get inside. We really don't want the boy to get ill or his property to get damaged." And she goes around the cart to the back and reaches out to you, Hipley, and says, "Let's have the box then. Let's see what you got there. Let's get you out of this rain. You know, it's you're gonna get a chill if you're not careful." And she's really friendly, and she has a smile that is welcoming, even though you don't know her. And your mom comes around. It's okay, Hipley. Let's bring that stuff in, okay? And you go inside the house, you know, as dad, looking down at yourself. Can you make me a perception check?
As we're walking in, like gonna grab my wife, just hold my wife, but just not hold her, just like kind of grab her hand and say, "Are you sure we're? What if we made the wrong decision? You know, what if this wasn't the right thing to do?" And perception is going to be a 17.
And as young Hipley goes in behind her, she turns to you and she's just pouring tears, and you know it's not rain. She goes, I don't know if it's the right thing to do or not, but I think it might be the right thing for Hipley. How can you know this kind of thing? Do you know it's the right thing?
He doesn't see this, obviously doesn't say anything, so he goes to try to talk, does just kind of holds her like this. Like how he'll be seeing like his dad like kind of hold his mom when she's been upset before, so he just kind of just holds her. Doesn't say anything.
That my thoughts exactly, she says, as she's got her head on your shoulder and nuzzling into your neck, just sort of for comfort, you know. And after a long, long moment, a very painful moment, you see her steel herself. We have to do this. And if we don't do it now, we won't be able to. And she turns and like pulls her coat up hard in her collar. She sets it down right, and she tries to get herself formalized and proper. And she takes a few steps forward and heads into what looks like a big library. And you know that library. And you see Hipley looking at stacks of books and looking with eyes of wonder and fascination like he's never had at home. And your wife looks back and she smiles for a moment, a little smile. We couldn't do that. And she turns back and heads in.
So then, so as my dad would head into, so I'll kind of quickly follow suit and kind of head behind her.
And the image fades, and you see yourself again, your own hand, and there's smoke rising from the area around you. And all of the world that you had seen fades away from existence.
So I'm back with like the group now, right? I'm
Yep.
sorry, so I'm back with the okay.
Yep. And you feel, how do I describe it? Powerful? Like energized. Painfully.
Kind of like adrenaline, kind of like keyed up a little bit, like
Yeah.
kind of keyed up. Okay, yeah.
You went through something big and important and came out the other side and feel, yeah, energized is a good word for it.
Well, right. It's so I see the smoke too. So there's smoke out, right? So I see the smoke, or
Yeah, you see the smoke rising, but it's rising from what was a vision you were in, and the vision is fading away into the smoke and rising out into the clouds that you're floating around in.
So when that happens, do we lose memory, right? So when that happens, like the memory is like just dissipating with it.
No,
Or just-
matter of fact,
okay.
it's weird. That memory is in your head now, and it is a very disconcerting thing to have a memory that isn't yours, that is of you. Oof.
And Dwayne wasn't kidding. It's. Let's just everyone taste here quickly. Let's get this ball rolling. So it's all
The,
Taste buds.
what does that mean to get the ball rolling? I mean, things are rolling.
let's get these pages flipping. Okay, let's
Maybe it doesn't have to be just taste buds. And I close my eyes and I just take a really big, deep, slow breath. It's getting scent.
When you take in that sense, you see, you wouldn't even see it. You know the scent of grass after a rain, and you feel that come in your nostrils. It comes in with weight, because that's the sense that you pulled from. And you see your father up ahead, and he's looking out over the ocean. He's turned away from you. You're back near the forest, and he's, it's like rocks in the area, and he's looking out, and just sort of standing. He's a silhouette against the skyline. You can tell it's him by his, his form, his head and horns, and he stands with his hands on his hips, just looking out for a while. And in the distance, there's a sunset. The sky is turning pink and orange, darkening as it goes, and he is almost immobile, just looking out. And you're back away, looking at him. Make me a perception check.
All right. Let's use this one. Okay, that is 16.
You're seeing him from the wrong height.
Like, am I low as though, like, I'm in water?
No,
or
like
on the
like
ground?
higher than, like from a perspective that's higher than you normally see things.
Try to see if I can glance at a body.
You see your hand, it's blue. It's beautiful.
Yep. She's got lovely long fingers.
She.
Yes, she.
Yep. There's some clothing, some cloth draped across them. There's you hear the ching ching of little jewels that are tinkling around your belly area, where there's some jewels that are worn. And you see this beautiful man in front of you. That's an odd feeling.
Yeah. Should really go introduce oneself.
And he turns and he looks back at you and he looks worried. And he comes down off the rocks and starts heading to you. And he has an odd smile. It's not the smile that you've ever seen on him, not a smile that you've ever recognized. And he comes over and you feel, when he gets close to you, a really weird hand on your stomach. Like a very gentle, very soft, tender touch. Are you sure?
Yes.
I didn't know it could happen. I mean, I knew that could happen, but I didn't know any, like, hands to the belly. Didn't think that could happen. I mean, that's a bit of a miracle, right? Like, has that ever happened?
No.
Make me a wisdom save, please.
Okay.
As you hear your mother's voice.
Yeah, weird sensation being here. Okay, that's 15 plus 21.
Oh, okay.
Druid wise girl.
It's even though it's weird, it's not uncomfortable hearing it. But the next moment is a little uncomfortable as he kisses you. And that is like, oh shit.
Yeah, please. Dad, no.
and you leave. When you choose to be out, you're out. And suddenly this memory burns away.
Yeah, and everyone
the rest of the people around you see your face like, like no, that's so wrong.
And pink.
Yes.
Sick,
And this weird thing, like the smoke starts unraveling around you, and this vision you were in goes away.
You're right.
Yeah. I was my mom, and my dad was there.
Vesryn will put like a hand on. Vesryn will float her and put a hand on your shoulder, like it's okay.
Oh, you're sharing a memory.
You touch me?
Yeah, you got your
Sure.
memory now.
Oh yeah, the memory is seen. Like everyone around you saw the memory.
Oh, we all saw.
You see each other's memories. You see the smoke fade away. Yeah, there's no hiding your memories from each other here.
Well,
Okay, so they saw the beach vision from Cerridwen too.
Yeah, they did.
So wait, so if I touch her, am I doing another memory here? Because I did tap her on the shoulder, and they just said touched her. You have to share memory.
If you touch her, you get to share memory.
Oh,
But is it just
okay.
between them?
Can we see those ones, or just the ones that? Just
Everybody
the ones
sees
we
all
see?
the memories.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow. Okay.
And it's very weird because first off, being in a memory that isn't your own, it's hard on the mind.
That having everyone know.
When I guess okay, I got it here.
Okay.
So when Vesryn like taps you on the shoulder, you guys see this memory of Vesryn, like a teenage Vesryn, sneaking out of his house into the night, like looking around, hiding, avoiding guards that work in the towers, avoiding his family, his older brother that was out. And you see him move into the family's stables, and he's like looking around in there, and he looks like he's getting a little bit nervous. And as he gets further into the stables, you see Ina tackle him. She's waiting and jumps on him, surprises him, and you see her kiss him.
Ew.
And you guys can all feel this excitement of like that young love, that first love, romance just rush through him as he pulls his hand away and pulls out the memory like, oh.
And it goes up in smoke.
Well, that would open smoke, 'cause that was my actual memory.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if it was our memories or just the memories.
Yeah, the
of
memories.
that goes. Okay.
And it is, as you come out of these things, you feel awake and alive and potent.
I guess I got to give a memory because it does touch me.
Yep, you get to you have to share one.
Yeah, I have to share. So what everyone sees, it's not in Decis's as she is body. She is wild shaped, and there is excitement around it as she is looking like this sleek black cat with heterochroma eyes of blue and a yellow. And there's a lot of excitement in her energy as she's running along these docks. So you get the smell of sea brine and fish. And she's darting around in between people, getting shooed away, until eventually she slows down and she sees a man with deep, kind of red coppery skin, really long, gorgeous silk black hair that's in various braids coming down and little golden trinkets hanging off him. And he gives her the biggest half-cocked smile, beautiful white teeth, and you feel like almost a thrum of excitement as he smiles at her as this little cat. And she gives a little mew towards him, and he leans down, putting down his box, gives her a little scritch. He's like, "Oh, you've been coming here every day," and just gives her some pets, and then pulls out like a little fish for her to pass off into her mouth.
The taste of that fish is delicious.
But you do get the feeling she's more excited about the person than about the food being offered. She's not here for the food. And she takes it and clambers up onto a little post and watches him as he just says, "It's my last day. I gotta sail off. Who knows if I'll be back again, but I'm glad to make a friend." And she gives kind of a little, "Wow." His tail curls up around her little black cat body. And she watches him pick up the crate once more to bring it off down the docks.
Oh, everybody leaves you. Everybody's left you. That's so painful.
Ouch. That was unnecessary. That was unnecessary.
We're all still here.
It's so
We're about
painful.
to leave. Finley starts leaving.
We're all still here. We're
Yeah,
all still here.
but knowing it's his last day and he's heading out, you're like, oh, another one. All your friends leave your little island. They all go out fishing and stuff, and usually they come back, but sometimes they don't. And you never really know.
Can everyone stop touching each other, please? Can we all just stop sharing these?
All right. I will focus on finding the memory that's not mine.
Cerridwen, can you make me an Arcana check, please?
Hey.
Nat 20.
I was like, oh, I'm okay at those. That's a 14.
Okay. One thing that you find interesting is that it seems like you're showing up in people's memories, but not... They all seem to be people that are very close to you. As you end up in a memory, they're people you know very well.
As in the person whose memory is being shared.
Yeah, you end up like you were in Saren, and
Yeah.
Mom and Lucy, the memories seem to be very closely affiliated to you.
I think Vesryn will try to do what they did. Reach out with his senses.
I'll probably get a sibling. Or someone. Someone who's close to you.
Hopefully it's not my father.
Well, I wouldn't say you're close.
Oof.
It's true.
Let's be honest.
She's not wrong. We're not very close.
And you're looking around the cabin, and there's, the shield with the swords up on the wall. The bed is a mess. You're not sure why, but it looks like somebody's been sleeping here. And then you hear from outside somebody coming, and suddenly you're nervous.
I know.
Like, oh no.
Oh.
I think I know what this is too. This might be the memory from season 1, but from Eldrin's eyes. Or maybe even your eyes. Who knows? I will dart around and look. Do I feel like I need to hide, or do I feel like I need to hide something? What do I feel like?
You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be out at the cabin. And your brother is running around somewhere, but you're not sure where he is right now.
So I will. I guess I will try to hide in case somebody's coming in here.
And you go to hide, and the easiest place is to go out the other door on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I know. Oh no, you. All right. So yes, I run out the door.
You don't know what's happening.
I do know.
So you head out the door and you turn the tree, and as you do, you bump into somebody, a woman. A very pretty woman, but a little scary, like a little bit of scariness. And she puts her hand on your shoulder. She says, hold on. And she bends over. You look like a Madrick. One of the Madrick boys, are you?
Who's asking?
Well, I'm asking.
Who are you?
I'm your friend. From this day forth, as a matter of fact.
I don't know.
You want to see something really interesting? And she puts her hand out, and there's fire and flame in her hand. She goes, oh, would you like to learn how to do magic?
Yeah. I thought only my sister Rotha can do that.
Oh, no, there's others in your family that are doing magic. So what I'm going to do then, and she says, here, I'm going to give you a coin, and I want you to bring this coin back to me in a year right here, okay?
Okay.
And she gives you a coin that has a weird shape, but you cannot show anybody this coin. It's secret between you and I. It will bring you good luck in a way you just can't even imagine the riches that are coming to you in your future if you keep this coin and keep it, our secret.
Okay.
And it's an interesting coin. It's, two-sided.
Now, is this a coin Vesryn's seen?
You're seeing it from... No, Vesryn had not... Oh, you have seen it, just not then.
Yeah, no, I just meant like, it's a coin that we recognize.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen plenty of those damn things.
I'm Aelin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Can you make me a wisdom save, please?
That will be... Hold on, I'm trying to get to it. That'll be a 15.
All right. And she does something with her hand in front of you. You're not sure what it is. And then you feel this feeling of dread if you disappoint.
I won't let you down. I'll be back in a year. Right here, right?
Right here. I know you will. We'll speak every now and then after that, okay? And I'll always bring you new coins or new gifts. Because you and I, we're working together now.
Okay.
wonderful. Don't tell your brother. Oh, your brother's coming. And she turns around, and when you look back and you turn around, she's gone. But you still have that coin in your hand, and you're like, oh. And then your brother starts to come around the tree. And Vesryn finds you. Sister's coming. Our Eldrin's coming. We need to get out of here.
Okay, let's go.
And you duck off into the trees, head towards the keep. And as you're going, you see one of the minstrels or musicians or whatever that hangs around the castle, because your mother had died recently, so she's helping keep the family happier, or trying to bring happiness to the family. And she seems to be heading to the cabin, and she's looking back every now and then.
Hey, isn't that the bar?
Yeah. She has a smile that looks weird to you because you're a kid. And it just totally makes no sense, that weird smile.
What's she going to the cabin for? Vesryn.
I don't know. We gotta go. I don't want to get in trouble. And he takes your hand. We gotta go back.
I can find out.
We're not gonna get caught there. Father told us to be back. We need to get back.
You're always doing whatever you can to make him happy.
And, well, of course, he's father. I don't need to do anything to make you happy. I can just beat you up anytime I want. Let's go.
You wish you could do that.
And you head back. And that coin it like eats at your head as you're, even now as you're heading back. Like, wow, that coin's really interesting. And you get back to the castle.
Glances every so often. Steven glances at it every so often.
And you get back to the castle, and you hide it. And you hide it in the castle somewhere that even Vesryn had never found. You know, from Vesryn's perspective, you realize how sneaky he was and how good he was at hiding things. And the place that he puts it, I don't know where it is, but is just incredibly clever. And you end up leaving the vision, and the smoke starts to waft around you, and the vision fades away. And as it does, you realize that coin is probably still there. That's disquieting.
I think Vesryn's mostly focused on the fact that seeing that from Aylin's perspective, he never had a chance.
No.
And it gives him like a different insight into how he feels about Aylin and his choices over the years. It's like he's torn. You know? Like he holds him accountable, but what could he have done? You know?
Yeah.
Since we all saw the memory,
Mm-hmm.
do we recognize the woman as Talbot's?
Yes.
Dwyn just like, as soon as you come back, Dwyn's just like, oh, Talbot's gave her a coin! It makes sense now!
Cerridwen, make me an Arcana check.
That's an 11. She's...
Yep. No, that's a no.
She's just like, why did nobody say that coming? I mean...
Is there anything I can make a check on it for? Or no? Trying to see if I can at least help figure out whatever it is.
Yeah, I'll give you a roll.
Alright.
You were in it.
That'll be a dirty 20. 13 plus 7. I love my plus 7. It's my best one.
This is the first vision you realize that was with somebody that even though they were in your family, that you were never close to. Like everyone else, they were people they were close to, had warm relations with. You never had that with him. That you remember.
I feel like we would have had it up until around then. After that, he started changing, and we felt more distant.
Even before that, you didn't have it like you did with, say, your sisters.
Mm-hmm. And I'll share that with everybody. Then, based on what you were saying before, Dwayne, about it being the people that are close to us, I think you're right, but it's also people that are close to us, but not necessarily that we're close with.
Maybe people that had love for us? I know you may not have been close with your brother, but I'm sure they had love for you.
Maybe it's just the
honestly,
blood.
Honestly,
Yeah,
no.
maybe it's the blood relation.
I have to be honest. Aelin and I were never really that close, and after that moment, he became a totally different person. I'm not quite sure he ever actually got to feel real love, other than for Ptolemy's, which was a corrupt, nasty, fake, vile version of love.
Well, what if you don't have blood and I look over to Jada? What would you see?
I haven't tried the whole sensing thing yet. I guess let me just... I will just listen. Because I don't have taste buds.
Yeah.
Well, when Thesis was a cat and she tasted, we all got that experience, right? So Jada didn't build the taste at all, right? Is that...
No, she experienced it.
Oh.
It's totally gross.
It's really gross.
Her mind is capable of understanding the sense of taste. She just doesn't have the olfactory capacity to physically do it. As you're listening, you hear the sound of footsteps in the swamp nearby. You made it to Wide. Not sure why you ended up here, but it seemed to be a place you could find both work if necessary, but more importantly, solace, where people would leave you alone. There was a lot of, you heard of artists and musicians and people that would mostly keep to themselves and let you have your peace. You did find the music when played particularly on rhythm to be soothing. When they played more freeform stuff, it was a little less. You're not a jazz person. I'll just leave it at that.
But it's funny because my name is Jazz. Okay.
Yeah. And you have this sneaking suspicion that the birds have gone silent for a reason. And the woods get dark. Ah, there you are. I was told you'd be arriving soon. And you hear a voice that is difficult to be comfortable around. I see you made it. I was wondering how long it would take you to get here. It has been foretold for quite some time, you know. Come. I have things for you to do.
What do you mean foretold?
Please don't think that you have free will. You know you don't have free will, right? Everything is foretold. The gods have already determined everyone's fate. Your fate and mine are intertwined. I am Char. We have not formerly met yet, but I've seen you.
I'm not. Am I out of What character am I, Cheetah?
You don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Well, I'm not going to introduce myself then, because I don't know. Okay. Do I see her?
You do, and she is old, like a grandmother, but not friendly. Come. I have a task for you.
What task?
I need you to there's a person in town that I need you to bring to me.
Okay.
Are you okay? You look like you've seen a ghost.
I look down at myself.
You look like a human.
Whoa. I'm fine.
Excellent. You're going to do well. There's a person in town who looks a little gold and green, and I need you and I to make their acquaintance because they're also foretold. Are you willing to assist me? I'm going to pay you handsomely.
Yeah.
Good.
Easy enough.
Yes, all we need to do is talk to this person and make sure that there's enough time that passes as we do so. So I'm going to use something to make time skip a beat, as it were. And once we do that, the job will be done. You'll be complete, and I will make sure you are rewarded appropriately for your efforts. Are you ready?
Sure.
And she does some stuff in front of you. You're not sure exactly what it is. You are now an old man. It's the best disguise ever. An old man and an old woman, they work together so good.
Damn it, you suckered me into this.
Let's go. We need to meet her today. Because if we don't, the future could lead her somewhere else. And that would not go well for me. And would particularly not go well for you. And that's a sinister thing to say. And you feel it and hear it, and it's... And she starts walking. And she takes your hand. We should walk together. And you walk with this old lady. And as you walk, like, everything around you seems like it just sort of is blurry. All you see is the focus ahead of you. And, like, the space around you feels off until you're in Wythe. There they are. Let's go say hello. What do you think?
Sure. I just have to stall.
We just have to keep them occupied long enough, and what needs to happen will happen then. And this person that you're looking at is like golden green and like a machine. Not like anything you've seen. Other people are eyeing them interestingly too, but people aren't saying anything. And they're standing sort of, I wouldn't say at the edge of town, but basically at the edge of town. And seems to be contemplating the step forward. And then suddenly you're standing in front of this construct. And in your head, you're thinking, something is not right here. This isn't right. And this old lady you're with starts talking, and their voice is like it has like a magical soothingness to it. And as they talk, you can see this person you're talking to sort of listening, but trying to break concentration. And suddenly you see your eyes sort of doing, like, going back and forth. And you realize you're shaking your head no at this person. And you feel this pain in your head, and you start shaking your head up and down. And you realize for a moment, you were trying to warn this person. And their cold hand touches your hand. And they ask you, "Are you okay?"
I'm fine.
Because you don't... This other one, this construct... You don't look okay. Although more mechanically than I do. More like you do.
So question, does Jada through the memory recognize this construct as Jada, or is it
Yes,
different?
it's Jada.
Okay.
It's Jada.
Okay. It's me.
And you are remembering this weird moment when you first made it to town, and there was this one person who seemed to be trying to warn you about something, and then they weren't. They were just part of this group, or this duo, husband and wife or whatever, of Char, which you now realize was the same facade that she had done with you, where that you weren't necessarily the first one that was used in those ways. Oddly, they seem to have enough will to try and warn others. And you don't remember ever trying to warn others until the very end. And the time passes and your clock skips. But that's you remembering Jada. From this person's perspective, the conversation just goes on and on and on and drones and fades into mumbly voice that, disappears into time. And then you find yourself exiting this person, and the smoke fills the clouds around you and burns away. And there's a lingering disgust at the stuff related to Char that's very hard to get rid of.
Oh.
Vesryn and Cerridwen, make me an Arcana check. Actually, Deezus and Hipley can too. They saw enough of that vision, I think. Felt enough.
Happy to roll. Arcana.
That's going to be a whopping 15.
Nat 20!
15.
For a total of Arcana
That's
plus 2. Yeah.
22.
I got a 12.
All right. Deezus, there's no way that person had a real connection with Jada. They barely met for a moment.
Okay.
Maybe it's fate. We're connected by the strings of fate. As far as in memories and people that we're connected to.
Revealing every
You're
wound.
muted, Morgan.
Don't
Oh,
keep
I
it
was like,
that.
no wonder why I didn't hear. I was like, yeah, I rolled a nat 19 plus. But anyways, but there is a connection between them. The connection is they both went through something very similar.
Not at the same time.
No, not at the same time, but they were both tied to Char through the same torment.
But they weren't close. They weren't.
No.
They didn't have love. They didn't have any of those things for each other. at best, they had a moment of trying to warn one of the other.
I think fate makes sense. Char said something about free will not being a thing.
Perhaps these are all moments that led to where we are now. Key moments. I mean, Hibley. Going there led you to that. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the truth that maybe you're cursed would very well be our knowledge and knowing that we don't have free will. This case.
I mean,
So kind of
I don't like the idea either. But
a
it makes
truth.
well, that makes sense to me because what's the place called that like was taken from Elixia and put into a different dimension?
Oh, Reveus?
Reveus. Yes, I kept
Yes.
thinking Rothus, and I was like, I don't think that's right. Reveus. Well, Reveus was basically an island that the gods couldn't touch, so maybe people there had free will, and if that's the case, then that's of course a place they want to get a hold of, because they can have people that have free will running around. So maybe that's why they're all desperately scrambling to get it. But they don't directly interact with worlds anymore, so they're using their vestiges and influences through the mortal.
I don't know if I'd want Reveus. That place seemed terrible from the short time we were there.
Yeah, but at least if you're free, though, I mean, it's, I don't know. Would you rather be controlled or have some sort of freedom? I mean, even if it's terrible. I mean, here's not that great either. I mean...
I personally do not invest in the idea that we have no free will.
Neither do I, so...
I believe that there are things that are destined to happen, and will happen no matter what, but that doesn't mean every moment of our life is pre-planned.
What do you mean destiny, then? I mean, because you mean just what's going to happen? What do you mean by that? Like, you can...
Whether it's you or I here, somebody would have been here to make this happen. But it's the choices that we made that led us here. We are the ones that are here because of the choices we chose. But this probably would have happened at some point, whether it was our group or somebody else.
Or so we think.
That's what I believe.
I was gonna get milked one way by one farmhand or the other.
Yes.
And what was the point of this again? What were we trying to do being here again? I forget.
We came here to study this place and learn what we can, and get paid for doing so.
Well, he just asked us to get ruins.
That's right. He chose to do this.
Wait, so Gwen, the scribe's not in here then? Like, he's not saying this, right? Like, he's not...
I don't know. I don't know where this place is. It could just be some sort of, I don't know, shared mind space. It could be a different plane.
I mean, it's hard
more
enough.
More than likely, from what I would understand, the shrine would be tied to our bodies, which are we've left spiritually, whatever you want to call this. So I would believe that he would not be seeing any of this. He would only be seeing our bodies standing around that crystal out there.
Well, that's good. That's
Yeah, he's probably judging our choices right now.
I'm judging our choices right now.
Why? We've learned more about each other, understand each other's pains better.
Yeah, but it's not by choice. It's different if, like, hey, I want to talk to you about blah blah, and not just, no, here you go.
This is definitely choice. Every one of us chose to step in there.
Yeah, I didn't show. Well, if I would have known, but yeah, but choice, we don't know. Like, sure, I mean, I was like, would have chose to, just be honest. I mean, not that I don't trust you guys with memories, but I don't know. It's different when you don't share it, you know?
You want it to be on your own time.
Yeah. But that's not to say, though, I mean, like, if anyone's going to know about it, whether it be you guys, so it's not like, so that's not the issue, but yeah.
All right, so let's review what we know about what is said to us. The whole thing.
Revealing every wound.
Well, I can read it to you. Together you enter, broken you return. You must enter unmistaken, memories unowned, or flame for you to burn. Truth is to traverse, senses cross the skate, revealing every wound. All enter dormant, all leave fully awake. Truth may be your curse.
You want to feel more awake?
I feel cursed.
Well,
Uh,
I think it's safe to say that we have revealed our wounds to each other.
Perhaps. Perhaps that's what these memories are tied to. Aelin wounded myself and our family, and that was the moment where he wounded us.
Well, I mean,
Same thing with...
I just had a memory about going to the beach with Cerridwen.
Yeah.
But Cerridwen has hurt me. Maybe
Maybe it's not necessarily the moment, or... I don't know.
But the
I mean,
person?
that person that...
Wait, did everyone feel juiced up like I did after the thing? Because you said
Yeah,
that-
everybody did. Everybody feels
Okay.
like.
I do feel
That's-
pretty energetic.
I do feel the juice. I do feel the juice.
Jada, can you make me an intelligence check, please?
A strong suit, y'all.
I know.
let's go.
Oh, I got a 17. Hey, didn't I get that last time?
It is. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
It's funny. Maybe I just need to
As-
say that every time.
As you're contemplating, I mean, you feel things in a different kind of temporal way than everybody else. And the visions, or whatever they are, seem to be, as you collectively go through them, moving more and more distant from your centers of your lives, and to people that are a little further and a little further apart from where you really were, to your last vision was somebody that you barely knew.
I actually feel very much the same way about my brother, so... but not quite on the level that you felt with that stranger. Makes sense.
Well then,
Your sister was very close to you.
no.
Hibbli's parents were close to him. Jesus was close to her mother, and not... Don't worry. I'm saying you have a close tie, you have a close love, you know, and then my brother, who I don't have so much, and then complete stranger.
Well, what happens if we keep going? Where's the path of strangers leading? Why?
Do you want to try again? You want to reach for another memory? I'm asking.
not.
I'm asking Dwen if she wants to see what happened.
I could do it again.
I mean, I'll do it again if you don't want to, but
She closes her eyes and starts to listen.
Okay. When you close your eyes, the darkness sort of takes hold, more so than just the listening even. And you hear a rhythm instrument in the distance, maybe something like a tambourine or something very simple, but meant for rhythm more than melody, but with a tinny sound. And as you wait, you see some people turn the corner, and you realize there's a circus coming. And you don't remember ever seeing a circus come to town before. So you're not even sure where town is or what town it is. And some people, there's a procession and this person with that musical instrument is leading the procession as they walk and march. And they stop in front of you just for a moment. And whoever they are, they bend over, and this person gives you a little toy, like a little drum that you twist, and little beads on the ends click to the other side when you twist it. You've seen those little drum toys, right?
Yeah.
And they say, keep the rhythm. Someone has to keep the rhythm. And you find yourself kind of clicking it, trying to maintain the rhythm. And you don't really have great rhythm. But you can kind of keep enough of it. And you hear other kids doing the same thing. And then you continue walking until you reach some, and you follow them, and you reach some town where there's a bunch of musicians and a bunch of these really big people. And you're not really sure who they are, but they look a bit like giants. At least to you. You seem very small. And you see when you all arrive and you start to plant tent poles, that these giant like people come and chat with all of you, and they have instruments on their backs, a lot of them. And there's one of them that is playing an instrument that you recognize as a cruth. And she's smiling at all of you, and you realize, as you look around, you notice there's a bunch of kids, probably 8 or 10, 12 of you, all with these instruments. And this person in front of you with the cruth starts trying to sort of direct you and get your rhythms right. And she goes by and taps you on the head, and says, when I tap you, you twist. You twist your wrist. And goes through it and starts helping create a much more interesting rhythm. And she finishes up and starts playing with all of you, and the music is beautiful and soothing and playful. And you all set up the tents. And when you do, you realize that the music is it's almost mystical. The music that these people play, there's a magic to it that is hard to describe, especially when you're little and learning how to make rhythm. And the other kids are doing it too. And everybody leaves town. The circus stays for several days and leaves town. And when you're leaving, you see that person playing their instrument again as you were walking, and you realize your rhythm is now really good with the rest of the kids. And you find yourself sort of at the back of the carnival as it heads out. They've made their money. They did the things they do, made rides and all that. But the last thing you see as you turn, though, is that musician in the distance, just sort of smiling and waving at the kids, you being one of them. And the memory fades away as you exit the picture.
And I'm assuming the musician we saw was Dwyn?
Yes. Playing the cruth for them. And helping them get their rhythm better.
Mm.
Because she can't help but help people with music. And the only contact you had was a tap on the head that whole time.
I haven't thought of that in a long time. Enjoy that memory.
Right.
Well, I think it's about rhythm. Jada, you are good at rhythm. You'll have kind of like a sensation, a kind of clock in your head. Do you feel anything here?
Not feel anything here.
I mean, you could, from the perspective of distances, because really rhythm is space between things. It's the space between a tap or a hit. And that vision was more disconnected from Cerridwen than even yours. Yours, you had a conversation. They tried to do something with you. Her, she tapped a person on the head, taught some music to a whole group, not that person in particular, and left. And they left. So it seems like the connections are getting less and less close the further you go with them. The more you choose to do this.
It just seems like we're diverging. But, I mean, you touched the kid
Did you?
and taught the kid rhythm, I guess. And Thesis, your dad touched.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
that happened.
Yeah.
And
But in Vesryn, they grabbed hands.
Vesryn, yeah, well, yeah.
Alright, so let's
maybe
all hold
it's
hands. Come on, let's all just hold hands.
Maybe these memories ought to represent our ties to the people we've met in this world, whether they're relatives or people that we just met in passing. Now, we have an effect on one another.
Have we all tried touching each other at once? Like, I'm serious. Like, let's all. Have we all tried
Yeah.
just like connecting our hands?
Alright, I'm
was
ready.
thinking
on
the
same
Let's do
idea.
it. Let's do it. Handholds.
And
It's okay.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
circle of friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Tiff.
It's like
There
Care
you go.
Bears.
I feel like this is like a start of a Power Ranger like setup. Like
Totally.
Good time.
I was thinking Dragon Ball Z. 'cause
Rainbows
like,
blasting energy out of your chest, like Care Bears together.
Transformations, sequences.
So,
Really
You-
silly if this doesn't do anything, I'm just saying.
well, it does do something. It makes you feel even more like you can feel each other's energy pulsing through you, like in a big way. Like you don't feel just potent, you feel everybody's potency all at once. But no visions happen.
Okay, maybe we could do something with his energy.
Yeah, maybe we could focus it
think it-
somehow.
Focus our way out of here. Let's all just focus on.
Okay, way out.
Let's focus our way out.
What if this is
Sounds
how we
good to me.
teleport somewhere? What if this is how we teleport to your Sphinx?
No, let's just go. Let's just get out to the cave. No.
Or we should get back to our bodies.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, think about the cave.
Back to our
Cave,
My
body.
My body.
Boom.
Cave. Just start chanting cave. 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 I heard a roll do or in the cave.
Yeah.
And you feel yourself floating together downwards and downwards. You don't see yourself down there. You don't see the crystal. And suddenly it's like, and you eyes wake open and you're standing in front of the crystal.
Ooh. We just did Sailor Teleport and it makes me very happy.
Oh,
The question is this: was all that in a moment, physically?
2 years.
Like, would our true sight?
Yeah, it's been another
Okay,
like
would her
A
true sight still be up?
decade.
Would my detect magic still be up, or are those down?
Oh no, it's down.
Okay, I wasn't sure. You know, it's like one of those things where it felt like forever, but really it was just like a second.
He's already walking out. He's already just like Nope, done. She's already walking towards the.
Wait for the shadow things.
Ouch.
What about the shadows? Do we see those?
Are they still around?
The shadow things are still over on the edges, but there's a light that the moment you put a foot down, the light hits, and as long as you stay in the light, you're safe.
Walking into the light towards the exit. In the light.
And in the distance down the tunnel, you see light from the end.
Turn around. You guys coming? Come on, let's.
Jada's already coming.
Let's.
Should probably send a message, if you're able to, Vesryn, to Mixafel.
What should I tell him?
Well, he probably at least saw the crystal when we got to it, so,
You can tell him nothing happened. I mean, technically nothing did, and that's not a lie. I mean, nothing really did happen here, so.
We experienced our memories, is what I'll tell him. I won't give him any more detail. And ask if there's anything else he needs us to do here before we leave.
And what day is it?
Well, by the way, what time is
What
it?
day is it?
What day is it?
So,
He's dead.
yeah. Hey.
Have to worry about paying those debts.
Yep.
We are finishing here. We experienced memories. You need anything more? How much time has passed? See,
And-
actually, I can still do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I got some more. Since I last messaged you. There we go.
Okay. So, you get back. Runes were new. Like, you didn't have the runes. The work was perfect. It has been... It's 10? No. 2 days.
2 days.
Okay, that's...
No wonder why I'm so hungry right now. Time is so fickle. All right. I was going to say that, but I didn't want to. Time is a weird soup. No. Yes. It's been 2
Oh,
days.
our horses.
We're definitely the master disappearing, that's for sure.
Well, let's go check on them. I like start pulling out my like rations and eating it.
Well, as you get to
Here,
as you
I'm
get to
gonna-
the end of the cave, you see the runes in the wall and everything. When you get to the end and you don't see out. You only see the light coming in. So, how are you getting down?
Fly. We still
Okay.
left us while sliding like
Who's flying together first? Like how's it happening again?
I mean, we could slow fall if we want.
I was about to say, I'm just gonna cast, and you can just hop off and cast Featherfall.
Oh, okay. I jump.
I will.
I jump.
I'll send Soul out to make sure it's safe out there real quick.
Okay, when Soul goes out, you see that you're in the middle of a desert.
Oh.
Wait, I jumped.
Well, no, because we haven't cast the spell yet. You would have to wait till we were casting the spell.
I thought you.
It's okay if
I thought
you
you
jumped.
already cast it.
If he jumps, I'm gonna cast Featherfall. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just, yeah, if he jumps, I'm gonna be like, alright, bye.
He can fly.
That's
We may have to let Lux know.
I will tell you guys. Just so you know, it is a desert out there.
it's the what? Boom.
I see. It's saying.
Definitely
Yes.
not getting the horses back.
And we may have issues with debts. Ooh, okay.
I get up from the ground. Are you sure it's 2 days? I mean, if it's turned to sand, I think this is like 2 centuries. If this is a
I'm
desert
going
now.
to. You know what? I blame Vesryn because he's like, maybe if we think about that desert place.
Thinking
It's
about
not your
that.
fault.
No, because I said at the beginning, I said, well, maybe we should think about your Sphinx. So maybe just by me thinking that, it like,
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
was
that.
like the first.
This is me.
That was the first location you gave it.
Yeah.
Oh
this
my
is me.
gosh.
This is me saying it, not Vesryn. I'm not saying it in character. I'm saying it, but I'm wondering like, oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to send another message. I will have to do another sending. That's for sure.
You're not near Arendelle anymore.
And I will say, bad news. It will be some time before we get back. We seem to be in the desert. Feel free to scry and take a look.
Is it just a sheer drop outside?
Yeah, it's like a cliff face.
So what?
Is it? Oh, one more question. Is it daytime or nighttime?
It's daytime,
We should probably stay in here.
and it's hot out there.
I'm burning myself. Like, oh my god, it's hot.
What he'll see from me is he'll see me. I'll look around so he can see that it looks like the same cave, and then I'll stick my head out the hole, just out the cave wall, so he can see the desert kind of thing. What I'm seeing.
Okay.
If he scries in.
Yeah.
But I'm still waiting to see what his message is when I sent him that.
The information was good. How long do you think it will be before you? Well, he doesn't. He wouldn't ask that. He would ask, "How did you end up in the desert? How did you end? No, how are you in the desert?" That's 6. What about the horses? 10. How are you getting back?
We killed 2 horses. We killed those 5 horses.
And that's the horses might have been able to pull themselves free at a certain point. A lot of times they can, if you don't tie them like hardcore tie, which you wouldn't generally. Yeah, let's see here.
The wolves might have torn at the leather that was strapping the straps that were holding him there.
Let's see here. I'm going to tell him we don't know how we got in the desert. We don't know where we are. Don't know about the horses. And don't know how long it's going to be. We have no clue.
Are there runes on this wall as well?
Yep, same runes. It looks like the same tunnel and cave. It's just what's outside of it that looks different.
Well. So, yeah. Hipley, you should probably come back up here so we can rest in the shade. I'll throw a rope down. We got the rope. We can throw a rope down so he doesn't have to waste magic on it.
Hipley, make me an intelligence check. You can make him. Yeah, you do good.
This is so you're gonna say it's not your strong suit, so that way you roll good. Roll good.
No, it don't matter. An intelligence checks. That's only going to be a 9.
Oh,
it's hot.
Yeah, it's hot. You're not thinking clearly, obviously.
So then so like it's fine. We're good. Just hop down. Once you pass the burning feeling, it's fine. Just stop feeling it. It's not too bad.
It's a desert. There's a sun.
I can't even tell. I mean, it's not that hot. I mean, it's fine.
And how did you get down? Did you fly down?
No, I jumped because it has feather ball. Yeah.
Feather ball. Slow fall.
All right.
Different.
I hope Jada casted it. Otherwise,
Anyway.
Otherwise he's hitting that sand hard.
Yes, Jada casted it. Yes, Jada would have joined him actually outside.
It's just like looking down there, like
I'm not going out there until it's cold, a little bit cooler.
Wait, is Jader still up there, right? You're still up top? Is everyone else still up there? Are you down here too?
Oh, Jade is with you.
Will? CJ,
I
it's
threw a
not too
rope out.
bad.
What?
Do you see anything in the distance over down there? Is there anything in the distance we can see, or just all just desert? We're just like
There's desert, but in the distance, one of the mountains looks more like it's stepped than natural. Like a ziggurat.
Okay. Do you have like a base estimate of how long I think it might take to get there?
You'd have to cross a big chunk of desert.
I will say, from real life experience, it's really hard to tell how far things are in the desert.
Yeah, it is.
In the distance.
I have a good intelligence check. It's fine.
Damn heat waves and shit make it really hard to tell.
Hipley and who read? Hold on, I have to think about who read that stuff. Hipley read it, and I think Cerridwen read it. The two of you, can you make me a history check?
Okay, I'm better at those.
Ew, that's an okay. 18 let die. History.
That's a
Why don't you get
9.
those too?
A what? 24.
I just got a 9.
You remember that in one of the books you had read that the Elder Sphinx ruled from a ziggurat. And you also realize that was the last thing that was said before you chose to return to your bodies.
So mad at Vesryn.
Not fair. He didn't know. He was just saying maybe we should do that.
He was joking. But in a way, our benefit.
Maybe the other things can get us back home or get us back to where we need to go.
So don't tell remember that to Jada. Well, apparently, thanks to somebody, looks up. I guess where the Elder Sphinx is supposed to be. I guess it's going to be right over there. Because they told us, right, when we saw the Sphinx, they told us where to find him. Or just from the book that we've read.
You knew vaguely, like where it was. It was in Katas and stuff like that. But the book told you about his lair being at the top of the Great Ziggurat.
Okay. So get but really that I can relay that up to Dwen too.
And that ziggurat looks like the size of a mountain.
So Jay, should we go back up, or do you want to? I mean, that's where we're supposed to go. I think so.
Maybe we should wait until nightfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, your metal skin is definitely feeling heat.
You don't want to touch me right now.
I look at Vesryn and Thesis.
Okay.
Do you think Hipley could summon the library?
I was going to down here. I was going to stop down here, but going up there. So.
I don't think the library will fit up here. That's why.
Boosh.
I mean, if Hipley tells us that, then yeah, I'll come out. But I'm not going out into the sun just to get cooked in the.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. So I'm just gonna cast a library if they hear it. So like, here, hold on, Jay. Let's get somewhere cooler. Just take up the staff, stab into the sand.
And it rolls out, unrolls, beautiful the way it hits the ground. There's green grass and trees. Thank goodness.
Shade.
Cats, giant ibis, and palm trees around. Like,
a little oasis.
A little oasis away from home.
Up against the cliff face. You all see that from up top, and you're like, oh, that's probably nicer.
And I made sure Jay was safely away from the house before we got put down. So
Thank you.
He says isn't down here, so
Much appreciated.
there's no owl bears here. So.
Alright.
Well, let's jump. Okay. Okay, that's a sweet jump.
All right.
I cast
And you-
Featherball.
And you all feather fall, or I guess everybody's feather falling down, right?
I make it look like souls carrying me down. Except for like hold on to my robes as I'm feather falling.
Right. And you end up slowly drifting down, and you arrive at the oasis.
And Hippie perks up because he's gonna hope to see those people there again.
He's hoping. They might be there, might not.
I'm like, don't do this to me. So yeah, so I'm running inside. Like, come on, Jay, let's go. Maybe meet those people we met from Orbeus again, because it can come every 2 weeks or I don't know. They might be there too. So.
Right. And you open the door and head in, and this is where we'll break.
Were they there? Dang it.
Is just one thing, Scott. Is the AC on, or did we forget to change the thermostat before we left last time? I want to know when Steph if it's hot or nice cool
It's
inside.
warm.
It's always comfortable there.
All right.
Always a comfortable temperature.
DC always 70, 78, okay? Always.
78.
Well, that's way too
Holy
hot.
shit.
I don't know. I mean,
My house is 70 or 72. 70 or 72.
Arizona, in Arizona,
I like
78 is cool
74.
enough, okay?
Yeah, I imagine in Arizona it is. Because outside it's 110, so.
78 is fantastic, okay? You guys just don't understand.
I'm good at 78.
I'd be cooking in that.
It's 73 outside right now, and it's too hot.
Oh my gosh. How do you guys...
Yeah.
I'm with you. It has to be like 70 to 72. 73 is pushing it for me.
It's pushing it.
Yeah, I like it 70, 73, 74.
Yeah.
I'm good there. But, you know, I'm okay if it goes a little higher or a little lower for a while.
You know what? You guys don't have to go into the libraries. That's fine. You guys can wait outside. So,
You can enjoy the
Keep it
110, 112.
I can totally see, like, we walk in and we're like, one of us goes to check, to change the thermostat. Hit was like, you do that, get out. Like, all right.
Our dad.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We will see you in a week. And they get to cross a desert. How wonderful. It's always fun.
Yeah.
They
What could
can, they can
possibly
choose
go
not
wrong?
to, actually.
we can go back. I was going to say we touch the orb and go
You
somewhere
could go
else.
back. You could visionscape your way to another place. Who knows?
Do it all over again. Share more visions.
Mhm.
Oh,
It's
man.
wonderful.
That's
God.
true. We could just get back.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like,
Yep.
yeah, but he doesn't want to touch that orb again. He's like, those memories, nope.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. See you in a week.
Good night.
Bye.
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 Oh, here we go.
The wave. The wave.
Oof.